Up. What the fuck is going on? We're waking you up. You ought to love it. It's a privilege to hear our voices. This is so cool. It's fucking hysterically funny.
Oh, this is good radio right here.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
1 minute you're acting like an intelligent guy, the next minute you're acting like a big giant ass.
He's got to try to fart. Oh my god.
It's fucking brilliant, man.
Really funny shit.
Arousing in perverse and interesting ways.
It's like an audio rape. Yes. It's amazing.
This is the best show ever.
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. Yes, we are live.
Greetings.
January 12th, 2011, just to prove it.
Yes, your Blizzard 2 Central News Organization.
It was a bust, but an observation.
Yeah.
Bloomberg fucking cracked some skulls and said, okay, you made your point with the last blizzard. Get your asses out there and make sure I see blacktop today.
Do you think he did that, or he screwed up last time and thought, oh, I better make sure everything runs smooth this time? I think it was his fault last time. His fault this time.
My stupid opinion on the whole thing, it was a little work slowdown, which happens from time to time. I don't even blame the boys. If they feel like they're not getting what they deserve, you know, you do some things that you can't really prove. No one can really prove it.
He's a vulture. He tried to look like a peacock this time. He's an ass. I hate him.
Did you see the dump trucks right outside this building? They're not fucking around. There's blacktop outside our building right now.
It was a conga line.
Yeah.
Of
the side
trucks.
streets are all plowed already.
Oh, yeah. Everything's done.
Already.
Everything is completely plowed.
And I know this storm isn't as bad as the one we had right after Christmas, but still, it's very obvious that all the trucks are out there working their asses off.
Yeah.
Very obvious. So I don't know what was said. I don't know what's different, but something is definitely different between the two storms.
Long Island got hit a little harder, I noticed, leaving.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of snow where I was. And then the second I crossed over into Queens, like the street, the Cross Island Parkway.
Right.
That separates Nassau from Queens.
Which is officially the city.
Yeah.
Right.
The second I crossed over, completely wet streets.
That's the city's responsibility.
Yeah.
Right.
But Nassau County, snow. You know, you had to trudge through. Like, you have to watch driving. It's kind of fun, though. There is a fun thing about driving in the snow, especially early in the morning when no one else is on the road, really.
Yeah.
A couple of people. You kind of push the turns a little.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I'm sliding a little. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I'll let off the gas, but
nothing wrong with sliding a little bit.
no, it's kind of fun driving in
Especially
the
if you got
snow.
a nice snow truck like you got.
I think, yeah,
got
when
the
you have a big four-wheel drive thing.
Right.
But I think everybody, they bitch about the snow, but I think everybody kind of likes the adventure of, like, I got to go out, I got to drive in it. It's kind of exciting. It's different. It takes away from the mundane commute of every day.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was fun.
It's easy, though. But these stupid fucking news people, enough already. They just showed a shot of, what's her name? We'll go
Carolyn Gusoff.
Yeah, she worked at News 12 on Long Island, and now she's been in...
I don't know what that is, News 12. I got the Fios.
You got the Fios.
What
so.
is that?
It
News 12?
used to be a little news channel out there.
Cablevision told me I wasn't going to get it if I switched.
Before Fios decided to compete with all the cable
Damn,
outlets.
I'm missing out.
But she's in the big time now. She's in the Big Apple doing her thing.
Yeah.
And they just showed her on the street doing her snow coverage, and she's saying that there's whiteout conditions. And, man, it was a crystal clear picture of not only her, but you could probably see a mile behind her.
Behind her.
There wasn't a hint of fucking whiteouts.
She had one of those turtlenecky things.
She's like, it's really windy out here, and she's trying to, like, kind of squint her eyes slightly. I'm like, what are you doing?
Nothing was happening.
This storm is pretty much a bust for us in this area, because Kevin from Connecticut's like, fuck you guys. It's up to
Connecticut's fucked.
Yeah, he said it's 18 inches so far.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's still going?
Yeah.
Connecticut got the brunt
They got
of it.
hit. New England's going to get hit with this thing. But
North Shore, Long Island, really got a good blast of it, too.
Right.
Connecticut really getting hammered. But New York, she wasn't there. She wasn't in Connecticut.
She was out on Long Island.
She was out on Long
trying
Island,
to say
but-
there's whiteout conditions, as it was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, snow was coming down really nice. When I walked out of my house, I actually looked and went like, wow, this is nice, you know? The snow's coming straight down. It's not going sideways.
It's a basic snowstorm.
It was nice.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And most of the kids are going to have to go to school in our area.
New York
anyway.
City,
So-
no schools closed.
No,
Go
but-
fuck yourselves,
Really?
kids.
None closed?
No, Uncle Paul.
But this,
feel free to go.
but how they cover this shit on the news is it's just ridiculous.
They need something.
Now, what are they going to do now? Because they were counting on their snow
Storm
coverage all
coverage.
day. Their snow. What do they call it? Apocalypse. Snowpocalypse.
Stormpocalypse, Blizzpocalypse.
Right. They don't have that today, so
No,
they're going to have to maybe.
They don't.
But they'll still go with it. They'll still
Yeah,
go
all
with
day
it
they'll-
and try to make it into something it's not.
Because they sent all their people out to the locations,
Right.
so they have to go to them, and then those people have to over-dramatize what's going on. Carolyn Gusoff, she had that turtleneck thing, that scarf like wrap around her neck,
Right.
and it was around her mouth.
Well, that's because she's getting older. She's trying to hide.
Oh, is
some
that
stuff.
it? The waddle?
Yeah,
she got to
she's
hide
trying
the waddle.
She's hiding the waddle and some other things that are starting to go on.
Because it sure as shit wasn't because of the wind that she was talking about. Nothing was blowing.
Women get fucked when they age. Sorry, sorry for that.
That waddle, ladies, not good.
That wasn't our doing.
Dan.
That was God's doing.
Morning, Danny.
Atlanta is shut down, huh? Let's go to Brad in Atlanta. Brad.
Morning, boys. Third
What?
day straight. The city's fucked. Nobody can get in or out of anything.
Could we have the airport open, Brad?
I'm working on it, Ant.
Now,
See, that's Fast Times.
how many inches did you get? One?
We got like 4 inches, but the problem is...
Oh,
we have
wow.
Oh, shit.
I-
Atlanta, look out.
That's my favorite part of snow coverage, when you hear an inch of snow shuts down cities. What's wrong with you people?
Christ.
Ice.
Hey, at least it's white. I was at Freaknik, and that was really dangerous. Fuck the snow.
Hey, guys,
You
small
get it?
favors.
It's a black joke.
Oh, okay.
It's the only time Atlanta's white, when it snows.
When it snows.
Jesus.
Oh, unless you go to Buckhead.
Bloomberg was on vacation in Bermuda during the blizzard. He didn't give a shit about us getting
No,
buried.
he didn't give a shit.
Hey, he had a little Christmas vacation like everybody else.
Fuck him.
That did have an effect on that storm too. Of
Fuck
course.
him. Fuck Bill Maher. Fuck. Ugh.
Bill Maher.
Oh, Bill
Oh, no.
Maher on Leno.
I thought we were gonna.
happened?
I
Jay
thought
Leno is a great man. I love Jay. But to even give Bill Maher an opportunity to blast his liberal cunt drivel that he blasted out
how did we go from snow to fucking liberal already?
how people that own guns are like drug addicts. I just had to get it out. I'm not going to go on it, but he can go fuck himself with his giant forehead. His giant forehead. I hate Bill Maher with a passion. He fucked us over once in L.A., and I've never forgiven him. Fuck him.
Was he blaming? But he probably was. He blaming?
Gun owners and the NRA. He blamed and rhetoric. And
rhetoric?
Republican, conservative rhetoric, he blamed. And meanwhile, he's Mr. Free Speech. Hey, let me say whatever the fuck I want to say on my dumbass, no one watches it show. And that's fine. But the second you have an opinion that doesn't match his, it's inflammatory and bullshit. Go fuck his mother. I hate that fucking guy.
I don't get it.
Fuck Bill Maher in his ass. Come on his big forehead. Thank you. It's a public service announcement.
Very good.
It's Anthony Cumia. I approve that message.
Obviously, it's a hot topic in America right now.
It really is.
With one side, both sides just babbling without listening to each other. It's just fucking terrific TV to watch every night.
It's great. Everyone's trying to blame somebody else. Meanwhile, it's just a little.
Now the music they're looking at is music.
That song's been out.
Ozzy?
That song's been out for
years. That guy's dead who sang it, isn't he?
Yeah, we interviewed him in
2000.
Was it 2000?
In Philly, dude.
Let the bodies hit the floor?
That song is at least 10 years old, and they're looking into that song. 10 years old, at least. Go for it. What's the name of the band again? I forgot.
Drowning Pool.
Drowning Pool. How old is Let the Bodies Hit the Floor?
After 9/11, it was one of the songs.
9/11, so
that's right. After 9/11, it was one of the songs that radio programmers decided shouldn't be on the radio
and it was
anymore.
pretty much new at that point, so it's got to be 10, 11 years old.
It's about 10 or 11 years old, and now they're looking at the song. Seriously? What's wrong with you people?
For what?
Released in summer of 01.
01, okay.
Summer of 01.
It's just about 10 years old. And the lead singer of that song is dead, yes. And he was a great guy, man. The one time we got to hang with him, he was very,
he was
very
pretty cool.
Died on his tour bus, I believe.
Drugs? Was it the drugs?
The
kid's got to get off the drugs.
Actually, I think he suffocated. He had young pussy on his face, and he suffocated.
What a way to go, though, right?
Yeah.
Was it that young?
Very young pussy.
With not even a hair to filter some air through?
Pussy was so young that they decided, let's make it look like a drug thing.
If you got a little hair, it's like an air filter in a car. If you got no hair, you can't breathe. I've had to do that breather. You ever see when a real swimmer swims and he pulls his head up sideways and goes...
Yeah, you got to come up for air.
It does that sideways breath thing. Yeah. You ever have to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Without making it look like you're doing it?
Absolutely.
I could breathe, and then you hold your breath a while, and then when they're ready to rock, you can't take a breath because you don't want to stop the rhythm, and you could pretty much suffocate. Ladies, we really go all out for you.
We figure it out, though, right? Let me say hi to Jim in Massachusetts. Jim, fuck you,
Jim.
And fuck your Pats.
Oh.
It's time to get pumped for this big game on Sunday. I'm going to be at the Borgata with Jim Norton, and I got to find a place to watch this fucking game with some people.
Oh, my God, that's right. That's Sunday.
That's a big-ass game, man.
Well, perhaps the Swede will have giant TV. I'm not sure.
I want to just make a point on what that guy called about Atlanta. The reason that, 1 inch of snow shut them down is they only have 8 snow plows for the whole city.
Really? Yeah, what do they save the rest of the vehicles for? Water cannons?
Jesus, man.
You know what I mean. What?
I never realized that. I guess that's why these cities shut down, because they decide, why do we need hundreds of plows if we're only going to get snow maybe once a year?
Again, it's like Sim City.
Yeah,
you buy
you
only
sacrifice.
things you need, and then when a disaster happens, you go, oh, shit, I'm fucked.
That makes sense. There's probably 8 snow plows around this building right now.
Oh, yeah.
I am telling you, they are not fucking around this time.
Yeah, 6, they are plowing the shit out of.
Yeah.
That's a major thoroughfare.
See, there you go. The snowfall forecast. They're all over it on the TV today. All the fuck over it.
Great. And then they like to extend it. Even though you know it's over, like you drive and there's no snow left, they go, well, we could get a few flurries, which could add to the final tally.
Up.
And you go, no, it won't.
It's over.
I think I see sunlight. Shut up.
Talk about other shit now.
Yeah.
We can talk about Ted Williams.
Ted Williams, what a hero he was in the war. Great ball player, and it's a sin that his son froze his head.
Yeah, where's
it's?
That's not the one.
Oh.
Wait, if you're going to say that, then let me do this.
Was he a jazz singer back in the 50s?
Let me do this for the people.
Hi, Mommy.
Remember
Hi,
yesterday?
Mommy.
The other guy?
Hi, Mommy.
That's not that guy. Hi,
that
Mommy.
guy. The hi mommy guy, and remember at the end of the clip, she goes, "Don't disappoint me."
She said, "I love you. Don't disappoint me."
I get frustrated when people label us as just shock jocks because we know more shit than anybody on TV. I guarantee you that. And we said this was probably an easier one. I'll acknowledge that. But we said
a lot of people weren't saying it.
No one said it. That's the difference between us and TV.
Exactly.
Even though this is pretty obvious, not one fucking dope on TV said, well, look, this guy has a real issue. He's been on the street, and he says he's clean for 2 years.
Crazy.
Now, all of a sudden, you're going to throw a shitload of money at him. You're going to fly him first class to L.A. He's meeting Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
A mere week ago, he was hanging out on the streets of Columbus.
In his shit pants.
And hanging out outside Dan's place.
Dumpster diving for food.
Let's not forget Dan and the batteries and the tire store.
Battery and tire. Love Dan.
And a week later, he's saying, "Hi, Kobe Bryant. Nice to meet you."
Cashing giant checks for doing voiceovers.
So we all said, we're like, this is going to end horribly wrong.
He's going to lose it.
And it already has begun. The L.A. cops picked him up because he had a huge fight with his daughter. One of his 9 kids, by the way, that he abandoned. 9 kids. So no one, as they're throwing the money at him and giving him the first-class treatment in these hotels and stuff, no one is acknowledging that, wait, this might be bad for a, quote, I say, quote, recovering addict.
Yeah, let's give him some money, but let's also give him some kind of maybe counseling, just maybe some guidance as to how to use the money without abusing it.
Right.
And no one did that because everybody, by the way, that picked this guy up to do voiceover and paid him, it was so self-centered. They wanted to plug whatever the fuck they were putting him on.
Right.
And they didn't care about him, which, you know what? I don't give a shit about. But
it's not, and you and I shouldn't have to care about him. Matt Lauer, even though I hate Matt Lauer. If you want to talk about people you know we don't like, we could get a whole list going. Matt Lauer shouldn't have to worry about that shit either. But the people that grabbed this guy, his people around him, whatever it is, an agent, a manager, whatever.
Vultures.
The vultures, I was going to say, yes, certainly. They are the ones that should have went, okay, what's your issue, dude? Because we got a lot of money to make here, and you could fuck this thing up. So we got to watch you really closely.
They didn't care.
Do you need to go back into a program? Do you need a little rehab? What are we doing here?
What do you need?
And it's pretty obvious at this point they didn't do any of that. They were just looking at all the paychecks that were coming in.
And we said the second he grabs money, he's going right back on the booze.
Right. So what do we got? We got a clip.
It was hard because when he was saying, I've got 2 years of sobriety, he was still outdoors and begging. And it was like, again, it's possible. There's guys who are sober. But look at Mustard. He's already in a halfway house. He's got like 6 months.
Rumor has it he had to move to Minnesota. I want to get to the bottom of that.
Mustard?
The Mustard story continues. Supposedly.
Minnesota?
Supposedly, I don't know if this person is accurate, but maybe we could.
Is it a listener? I'll say no.
Yeah, I know. But maybe we could try to make some calls. But supposedly he ran out of time at that halfway house or something, so they moved him to Minnesota.
Is that what they do?
I don't know. I want to get to the bottom of it because that Mustard story is.
Never want to be in a halfway house.
Why would you?
I don't know. I'll fuck it up.
Why would you want to fight for your life every night?
Beats a dumpster, though, in the winter. Beats outdoors.
Got to.
I do enough walking around the city. I know places to go if I had to.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You've been around enough to know, like,
There's some warm places out there. We've talked to the
fight
homeless.
over it, though? Would you have to fight over a grate?
No, I found some places. I got some
Is
places.
it a grate, a Subway grill?
I got some places. I got some shelter out there.
But the homeless have to know.
Shelter me from the pouring rain.
You are fighting for a warm place.
Not really.
No?
The church, in front of the church is...
The church stairs?
No, they're all taken.
They're all taken.
They're all taken.
Where are you going?
You got to find places that stay open all night. That's all.
Where are you going?
I'm not saying. Just
Dunkin'
in case.
Donuts? You going Dunkies?
Like people say it already, but I know it. I know it better than anyone. That
I like
that. I'm a mere week or two away from being one of those people.
I like how you're not saying it. Just in case.
Yes.
And you're so never going to be in that position.
I got my spots.
But you have your spots.
I got my spots. I got too many family members looking for money from me. I might have to disappear.
Go on the lam?
I might have to go on the lam.
Go on the lam.
And hide for a while. I got my spots. I wouldn't be in the elements. I know that much.
All right.
Well, yeah, I searched this shit out just in case.
That's good.
What was I going to say? Oh, no, the homeless people we've had in, they said that they would rather live on the streets than go in those halfway houses.
Yeah, they're supposedly really bad.
But, so Ted Williams, where were we? Ted Williams?
Yeah, Ted got in a fight with his daughter over money. They said it was over money. It's one of his 9 kids that he abandoned.
Right.
And it was at the Renaissance Hotel in Los Angeles.
So what happened? He went out to L.A. to get more fucking money.
More money.
And, well, let me just read this. This is what we know so far. I think there's way more going on here. And it's going to start leaking out. Silky voice drifter held by L.A. cops.
Silky voice drifter? Is that it?
Ted Williams, the former panhandler who became an overnight star because of his silky smooth radio voice, was briefly detained by the LAPD Monday night. Cops responded to a disturbance at the Renaissance Hotel around 9 after Williams and his daughter got into an altercation, sources told the L.A. Times. That's a daughter going, where the fuck have you been my entire motherfucking life? That's what that's about.
Yeah, and give me some money now that you're making some cash, Pops.
Williams, a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, was eventually released, and sources said the investigation is ongoing. The 53-year-old Ohio resident is in California for TV appearances. On Monday, he visited the L.A. Lakers and met Kobe Bryant. This is too much for a guy that's trying to stay sober.
Yeah.
He drew national attention. Yeah, we know all that. Since then, he has received a flurry of job offers. He's got the Kraft commercial. And during a recent emotional reunion, Williams' 90-year-old mother, Julia Williams, had just one request for her son. Don't disappoint me.
Hi, Mommy.
Don't disappoint me.
Hi, Mommy. Kraft macaroni and cheese. My daughter's a cunt.
Let's go to this? Okay. we got the audio that Travis just delivered.
Oh, Travis.
Sorry, I didn't.
Is it his audio resignation?
Go kick someone to the balls, dummy.
We got a Kevin from Connecticut prediction coming in on Twitter.
Oh!
Kevin from CONN is what he goes by on Twitter. He says, Ted Williams will be dead in 6 days. Mark my words.
Wow.
You think it'll be that quick?
What, did you watch the videotape in the ring? What? That's when you die.
Oh, Jesus
The
Christ.
ring people get you.
Jesus.
That 6 days is pushing it.
6 days.
I'll give him he will be in jail and not just detained, arrested and in jail within the month.
Well, see, we understand the vulture.
Yeah.
When you get to this position we're in, and I'm very appreciative. I bitch a lot, but I'm so appreciative. But you identify the vultures.
Yeah.
And if you don't,
see them coming.
And if you don't, you're fucked.
Yep.
They're all over the goddamn place.
Pluck your eyes out.
And these people that grab Ted Williams, I would bet a lot of money are not doing the right thing.
I'm surprised Don King isn't on him.
Yeah, exactly.
That type of guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially radio, like agents and managers.
Scum of the earth.
We bitch about Bob, but he's done right by us in general.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of fucking scumbags out there, big time, that just want to cash in.
Get that percentage.
So, I mean, I'm worried about this guy. As far as the radio show goes.
Are you really?
As far as the radio show goes.
Oh, okay.
When these mics are off, I could give a flying fuck about Ted Williams.
Shit about him.
But we got to discuss
Fuck
it.
him.
So in
Yeah.
a way, I'm worried about this guy.
Yeah, they're going to get him.
So here's some audio. Ted's side of the story of what happened in L.A.
No arrests were made, but here's what happened. Around 9 p.m. last night, cops responded to a disturbance for an alleged yelling altercation between Ted and his 29-year-old daughter, Janae. In a new interview, Ted says it was a family gathering that got out of control.
She was being very loud and disrespectful to my voice.
Oh, Ted.
My golden voice.
Are you golden voice,
Yes,
Ted?
I am. Kraft. There's cheese and macaroni and a whole bunch of other delicious. Kraft. It's the only kind of fattening. Makes you have to go nudie.
It binds you up a little.
Yes, it certainly does. You have to have some punch in the stomach to make the nudie come out, Kraft.
We got our own golden voice Ted right
Yes,
here.
you do.
Voice Ted.
I like the
Voice
golden
Ted.
oldies. Here on the virus.
That's good.
Can I do that again?
Yes.
Did you get that voice from...
It was a gift from God Gregory.
Okay.
Yes, I was born with it. I'm a silky voiced crooner.
I wasn't sure if you got it from
Oh, my
Emporium.
papa! Oh, my papa!
Golden voice Ted.
Yes, they said I was going to be the next Jim Neighbors.
Get AIDS.
Yeah. My Uncle Paul, Mr. Hargis would always say that. I was going to be the next Jim Neighbors. He would call me a silky voiced crooner. Go on there, Theodore. Put this in your throat. It's good for your silky voice. Something to that effect. My daughter's a cunt.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to like his daughter.
I don't think the daughter appreciated the golden voice as it's being fucking screamed, as she's getting screamed at.
Well, picture this. The guy is a piece of shit. He gets notoriety. Yeah. He abandoned his kids.
9 of them.
Because of drugs and alcohol and whatnot. He decided to drop out of society and become homeless and live in his shitty pants and eat out of a dumpster. He, through a YouTube video, becomes famous because of his voice, gets all kinds of offers because we love a rags to riches story, no matter what's behind the curtain. And this curtain was as thick as a rolling paper. It's just nothingness. Everyone saw what was happening. And then when things start fucking up, like less than a week later, we just love pushing him off the pedestal.
Oh, of course.
Hey, let's see him fuck up now.
Yeah,
That's exactly what's happening. And his daughter is now looking at him going, oh, wow, great. Now dad's making some money. You shit on us your entire life, gave us nothing. Now you're making money. You're the fucking, he's like the star of fucking voiceovers. Now they're putting him on the Today Show and talk shows. And she's like, hey, where's mine? Where's mine's, motherfucker? Where's mine's?
Well, here's his side of the story of the altercation that happened in L.A.
Well, my side of it.
Right.
I wanted to bring it to a close by just saying, shut the hell up and let me talk to your mother. When that was said out of my mouth, my daughter exploded, just erupted into this jump up in my face type
Did he say
thing.
shut the fuck up?
Got the flying,
Shut the hell
none
up.
of which were mine. None of which were mine. But they were escalating to that point where it could have gotten really ugly. And so in the process of doing that, I got scratched on my face. And my nose, the bridge of my nose, or the nostril part of my nose was, just scarred.
What's the music?
It's the stupid entertainment program.
What the fuck is that?
Because they know they don't have anything of substance to say, so they got to pump it up with music and stingers and shit.
Terrible.
You don't
How
watch the
about-
entertainment shows?
No.
It's so fucking annoying.
How about you just have the guy tell his side of the story?
Right.
Whatever it is,
That's
what it
captivating
is.
enough. You don't need to pump
That's
it
what
up
it
with
is.
music and horse shit.
Everyone, this guy's been in the news for a week. You kind of want to hear what he's saying about his daughter. You don't need And I was scratched on the bridge of the nose, and I'm dancing right now. I'm hey, hey, ho, ho, hey, hey, ho, ho. My daughter is a cunt. She's a cunt, a money-grubbing little cunt. I'm doing the what's up with my hands. What's up? What's up? I'm dancing. Yeah. We don't need the music.
What?
Yeah, what is he saying?
And I'm sure they teased the entire show.
Of course.
They got maybe 1 to 2 minutes of material for a half-hour show.
Oh, yeah.
And the
they
rest of the
had
show
to
is
tease it.
just teasing it.
Coming up, we're going to play the exclusive audio.
Right. You think we
from
tease
Ted
shit.
Williams.
Fuck.
Oh.
Here's more of the story. His daughter, Jean, I don't know. Is it Jean? Spelled Janae?
It's got to be Janae or something.
Janae?
It's not Jean. Can't be Jean.
I'm not hiring anyone named Janae.
Jean?
I would hire a Jean. Or a Jen. What's a Janae? What is a Janae?
Well, where's Jean?
Huh? Yeah. His daughter, Janae, tells her side of the story.
Daughter Janae tells her side.
And he was like, will you shut? And I stand up out my chair and I said, who you talking to?
She's sure telling her side of the story.
And he said, fucking it. And I said, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I'm making money. And I'm like, I know you's making money. And he's like, I got the golden voice. And I'm like, I knows I need some money. Where's mine? And he's like, fucking shut up.
Who you talking to?
She was screaming, I'm going to sell this story. You don't have to worry about it. But, I'm going to sell this story.
He said, you fat. When he said that, I just got angry.
You think you've got bad press now, she was screaming all of these things, and I'm thinking, oh, Lord, I truly expected the cops to show up a lot sooner.
Jesus.
Scandal within a week, this motherfucker. He can't hold it together for a week.
Well, you know that fat bitch daughter was probably saying that I'm going to expose. You can't, and a guy's family is a guy's family.
But she's a piece of shit. But you know why she's a piece of shit? Because he's a piece of shit.
But maybe she's not a piece of shit. Let me take the other
That's
side.
what I'm saying.
Maybe she's had it with her fucking
Maybe.
father
Exactly.
that has never been around.
Like, if she's
And
being
now
a piece of shit,
and
it's
now
because
she's seeing everybody praise this fucking guy, and she knows the real story of this guy.
Exactly. Just like his mommy did. Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Oh, motherfucker, don't disappoint me, motherfucker.
This says it all. It really does.
Mommy.
Listen to the end of this clip.
Mommy.
This is why I think Janae
Mommy.
might have the right story here.
Please don't disappoint. I'm not, Mom. I'm not.
You hear that? Please don't disappoint
Don't disappoint.
me. We all know
Please
you've
don't
disappointed everybody around you all these years.
The first thing in her head.
Right.
Oh, jeez, nigga, please don't disappoint me, motherfucker. I can't take that.
Right.
Yeah,
So I think
that's exactly what the fuck is going on.
Janae is sticking up for her mom.
Janae.
For her mom.
Yeah.
Janae also claims Ted has relapsed under the pressure of his new life.
I certainly have not.
Oh, no, Ted. Did you relapse, Ted?
No, I did not. I had rum raisin ice cream.
Rum raisin
yes,
ice
I did.
cream.
My Uncle Paul had some, and he gave me some recently.
Is that bad for an alcoholic to have rum raisin?
I thought
ice
it was only rum flavored, but the next thing you know, I was driving quickly, and there was parents screaming after me. They had thrown their stroller at my car, apparently.
Why would anyone do that?
I don't know. I hope that's what happened.
Perhaps your judgment was impaired and you hit it.
I don't know what happened, but I know a baby bottle bounced off my windshield.
Rum raisin ice cream is a little strong.
Oh, it really got me toasty warm, Anthony. What y'all motherfuckers gonna do? I don't give a fuck. I was fucking zooted.
It's fucking hammered.
Where's Bond? I was fucked up. Be that gold voice motherfucker. Oh, my papa!
Ted gets a little fucking rambunctious when he's hammered.
He sure does.
Oh, God.
All right, let's. Janae is saying he's
Saying
he relapsed.
Janae also claims Ted has relapsed under the pressure of his new life.
He has consumed at least a bottle of Grey Goose a night. At least.
Wow.
That's not including the Coronas he
Keep
orders.
the cop?
That's not including the Budweisers he orders. That's not including the other alcohol, the wines. He drinks heavily.
Daddy's not sober. I can prove it. How? I have no idea because that's not true. And, just selling me out on this fame and fortune ticket.
Oh, boy.
Wow, what do you think, Jimmy?
It didn't take long.
You know this world a little bit. Is she lying? Is he lying? What the fuck's going on?
Very hard to say, but
Yeah.
the fact that she said a bottle of Grey Goose a night and those things he bought
Coronas
makes
and
me believe her.
Budweisers.
Yeah. But again, she could just be going by what his history is.
No, I
And
would
hate
say,
him, but it's-
I would say this guy fell off the wagon, and he's probably a very nasty drunk, and it's over. I predicted this.
My guess,
You can't give a guy like that much money unsupervised
fast.
and let him just fucking run wild.
I hope I'm wrong, but I think in the video that he probably lied. Like, saying he was sober 2 years. Just because you're talking to a guy who's giving you money. He's not talking to the whole country at that moment. He's just talking to a guy. You go, yeah, I'm sober for a couple of years. You're just trying to get a few bucks out of the guy to fucking get a drink.
Right.
Or
Liar,
whatever.
liar, pants full of shit. That's what I say to that homeless bum.
Yeah, I want to know more. I mean, he went out to L.A. and he's been in contact, obviously, with his kids, I guess.
Yeah.
Since this all went down. Because she's saying every night, so it sounds like she's been around a few days already.
Or maybe she just knows his history.
He's fucking shacked up at the Renaissance in Hollywood.
Is that a nice hotel? I don't even know.
Yeah,
It has to be, right?
And he's probably like, hi, room service.
Yeah, he has no.
Send up a bottle of wine, a little Grey Goose, and some macaroni and cheese
Yeah,
from Kraft.
He officially doesn't have a home.
No!
He's not going to go back to Cleveland with that Cavs offer for a mortgage in a shitty house.
My God.
His sights are on New York or L.A. at this point.
He fucking had his head shoved in that minibar. That minibar was stripped like a Buick.
That hotel room.
That fucking thing.
That hotel room door closes, and it's just sitting there.
It's sitting
Get
there.
the fuck
How are they
outta
going?
here.
They can't leave him like that.
And then he's got
But they did.
And then he's probably got his vultures going, look, man, we're paying for the hotel, so whatever you want. No worries.
Good. Great.
Right.
Hey, look at these little bottles. How much for a big bottle? Could I have some of that and some Kraft macaroni and cheese to wash it down with? To wash this down with. Could I have a burger from Big Kahuna Burger?
We should play Frankie Blue today. Let's go to Kevin in Connecticut.
Blue.
Kevin, what's up, brother?
Yeah, that's what I see. Frankie Blue.
Frankie Blue action. One of our favorite stories of all time.
Yeah. Oh, what's Opie doing on that golf thing?
Is that me peeing on a golf course?
I think what's that? That looks like you. Who is that? Owen Wilson.
See,
yeah, that's the old gag. I wasn't even going for that.
If Owen Wilson didn't have such a fucked up nose, then I would say, yeah, all right, I look a little bit like him.
Chicks dig him. It's okay.
But he's got the most fucked up nose ever.
It's all right. Chicks, it's
get a fucking nose job, you idiot.
It might ruin his singing voice.
Look at that! Look at that fucking.
He does
thing.
have a dick nose. His
It's
nose looks like
horrible.
a dick,
like a pencil neck dick.
Yeah, the end of it is the head of the penis.
Not a Brett Favre type of penis.
No, the opposite.
That is a horrible nose.
It's got like a, those baboons that have those big cha-cha-cha-cha noses?
yeah.
That's the nose he has because it's been busted or some shit. That shit's busted.
Hey, Kevin, do you really have 18 inches of snow?
Yes, we did. I shoveled twice already.
Connecticut, yeah.
We're fucking hammered.
You're getting hammered, huh?
Well, it's Connecticut. Who cares,
No,
really?
I mean, I'm drinking beers.
What a non-state that is.
You're getting hammered? Are you going to work today?
No, I work nights. This is my nighttime. I'm just drinking beers.
What do you do? Pimp?
That's I'm an inspector.
Oh, that's nice.
I check Black Hawk helicopter parts. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, chicken inspector.
I remember you did some kind of like shady shit.
Black Hawk helicopter parts.
Shit.
That's
No, I
nice.
didn't.
Yeah, we talked about the Jesus pin.
Yeah.
No, we don't have one of those.
I know, it's a Black Hawk. The old school Hueys did. I know my
We're a
helicopters.
little more advanced than that.
Where do you work? Sikorsky?
For a vendor, yes.
Yes.
See, I knows.
Love fucking
I make Black Hawk.
Black Hawk helicopters. Get it? Right.
All right, Kevin. Thank
Love
you.
you guys. Bye.
Later, man.
Can we
patriot that guy?
Can we play Frankie Blue with it making sense?
I would love to.
Maybe go in a break
I haven't
with
heard
it.
that in a while.
I guess the setup is really easy. One of the fucking legendary program guys here in New York. I don't know. Went to a Christmas party and had a little too much of something.
Oh,
we've heard rumors over the years that it was more than alcohol. But
I've heard.
we weren't
booze.
there, so we don't know.
We've heard
we don't
pills. We've heard weed. We've heard. We heard everything.
I heard his hat was soaked in like the stuff that makes a cucumber into a pickle.
Yep.
That'll get you.
Sure will.
And the Christmas party, radio Christmas parties used to be great.
Yeah, they're gone now.
They did
Thing of
away
the
with
past.
them after the Frankie Blue incident.
Thing of the past.
I think we all get to blame Frankie Blue.
And the fucking economy just fucked it up, and corporate assholes that don't want to spend money.
After the Christmas party, he goes back to the radio station and some broad's on, gets in a little fight with her. She's like, go fuck yourself, and leaves.
Yeah.
So now the station needs a DJ, and Frankie Blue goes, I could do this with my eyes closed.
He's a superhero. He stepped right in.
Right. So you're about to hear Frankie Blue completely blow up his career here.
Yeah.
This tape made the rounds because somebody that used to work for us was a board op over there and was smart enough to hit record, and we were the ones that broke this.
Yeah.
We were the only ones that got a copy of this.
He is in no condition to be on the air.
No, none.
Really bad.
None. So we'll go to break with this. Frankie Blue once again. We love this fucking audio.
I love this song. Nelly featuring Tim McGraw. This is Frankie Blue. Now, for the last several weeks, we've been giving you a chance to win $50,000 in cash in the Mix 1027 redo, and plus win a Toyota Scion. And I think that is going to happen tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., Ricky, RuPaul, Kim will pick a winner and go to that winner's house like publishing clearance. Or whether it's a house or it's a job.
We're coming to you, baby.
We're going to find you. And we're going to reward you with $50,000 in a brand new Toyota And I don't see how you cannot be happy about that. This is Frankie Blue. So make sure you're listening tomorrow about 8 a.m. 50 grand prize winner. 50 grand prize winner. That's right. 50 grand prize winner of the redo contest, of the winner of the Toyota Scion. Come on, baby. You know you want it. If you have qualified in the past several weeks, we're going to pick the winner tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. RuPaul's going to dip his big old hands in there, pick a winner, and we're going to find you. And I don't care if it takes all day. It's worth the $50,000 in the car. All right? We have the armored truck. We've got the Party Patrol vans. We've got the car. We've got everything. But more important than that, we got the best music in town. So why don't you give me a call? This is Frankie Blue for Yvonne Velasquez. And telephone number is, if you want to make a request, is 1-877-MIX-1027. So give me a call. Okay, baby? Thank you. Mix 1027. The new Mix 1027. This is Frankie Blue. And I am so excited for tomorrow. I got Ricky and Rue coming in the morning, putting their hand in the big old barrel and picking out a $50,000 grand prize winner. The winner of the KTU Mix 102 Redo Contest. And also you win a Toyota Scion. Now what's going to happen is they're going to pull, they're going to put their hand in the barrel, they're going to pick out a winner, and then they're going to fight that winner. And that winner will be rewarded with everything. Mix 1027, Frankie Blue, what's happening? Good evening.
Sirius XM, The Virus. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show. Let the body hit the floor. 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 Let the body hit the floor.
Drowning pool, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you playing this, knowing it is going to incite people to commit violence against others?
I love how the fuddy-duddies, we'll call them fuddy-duddies.
Fuddy-duddies.
They see that the Arizona shooter had this song on one of his YouTube videos, and now they're very worried. And the song's been out almost 10 years.
I hear they're going to sue the singer.
Yeah.
There's a brilliant article by this guy, I forget his name. It's Jonah Goldberg in the Post today about
Jonah Goldberg.
And he's talking about censorship is an absurd idea and all the things that I guess we should begin censoring now. One of them is Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah.
Chapman had that, I believe, in his hand, didn't he, when he shot Lennon, or he had read it or whatever, and he was obsessed with it?
Prerequisite. It's absolute must read for the serial killer, crazy person, abductor.
Why is no one talking about banning that book?
Yeah.
But no, there's political
Music.
rhetoric. There's a
Political
target
rhetoric, right.
over a congressional district, which everybody knows what that means. We all know.
Catcher in the Rye has become like a joke.
Yes, it has.
When it comes to serial killers, assassins, kidnappers, it's become a joke because it's common knowledge that a lot of people that have committed these crimes have read that book.
It's just become the thing to do.
Yeah.
Have you ever read that book?
So what? Nah.
It's a great book.
I heard about it. It's like some guy, he's at a cliff, right? And there's a big rye field, and kids are running toward the cliff, right? And he's the guy that it's his job to like keep them from running off the edge of the cliff, and it's the pressure of.
Is that the other book?
I don't know. I don't know.
Catcher in the Rye. That's like his job is to catch the kids before they run off the cliff because they can't see where they're going because the rye is so high as an elephant's eye, and they run.
Oh, don't
and
tell
they
me the end. I
fall
wanna
off
see
the
that.
cliffs. And his job is to catch the kids in. And there's so many kids, and it's such pressure.
Yay.
It's crazy. So you gotta shoot people.
I think I didn't read Catcher in the Rye then.
Really?
What's the other book I'm thinking of?
Rumblefish.
Yeah,
Rumblefish.
the little train that could.
Who wrote
the clock? The big clock.
Who wrote Catcher in the Rye?
J.D. Salinger.
Yes, Salinger.
Salinger, right. I thought it was about a kid in New York losing his fucking mind.
Really? Could be.
I don't know now.
I think that whole Ryefield thing is in his head.
It's in his head.
That part
it's
of
his
it,
dreamy thing.
That part of it isn't okay. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy dreamy thing that he
but
does.
it actually takes place in New York City. Okay.
And it really like
I thought I was losing my mind.
It gets like, but you can understand like the pressure you'd have. Like dreaming about that your responsibility
Over and
is
over
to
again.
catch all these people running toward a cliff in a rye field.
I just want Sarah Palin to come out of
It's a
the.
rye field anyway.
I want Sarah Palin to come out of hiding. You know, she's never been shy before. Let's go, Sarah.
You know
what do you got to say?
She knows.
I believe that the rhetoric didn't cause this guy to obviously do what he did. Do what he did.
She knows.
But I love how
she says.
I love how she's now hiding. She's usually very brave.
But whatever
And
she says is going to be twisted around.
Yeah. So do something, man.
Just she's doing something. Sitting there and keeping her fucking yap shut.
That's not going to
It's
work
probably
out
the
for her.
smartest move she could make
That's not
right
gonna
now.
work
It
out
really
for her.
does have nothing to do with her.
Even the NRA. The NRA.
She should fucking fight her way through this.
They asked for a statement from the NRA, and the NRA said, this isn't the time to make a statement. Our prayers go out to the family. Like, they even know that no matter what they say, it's going to be twisted around. There are certain people, organizations, whatever, that cannot say anything right now because it will be used against
But she's never
her.
been shy of controversy.
But she knows that right now is not the time to make a statement because it seems, first of all, self-serving, like you're defending yourself against this.
Well,
and it can be twisted around.
She certainly could just explain her map.
No. There's no explanation necessary. None. I don't believe me. Again, I got to reiterate because people twist this around. I don't like Sarah Palin. She's kryptonite for the Republican Party. Don't want her on the ticket. Don't want her near the ticket in 2 years.
I agree.
It's a losing proposition. But it would be dumb as fuck for her to come out and say anything right now.
She's done nothing wrong. Like
the sheriff looks like a dummy that's coming out and talking about how symbols and words have to be restricted and regulated because this is a direct cause of people talking. And he looks like a dumb fuck. Why would you say anything right now when the only thing that's going to happen are people are going to twist it around and use it against
Well,
you?
how about pointing out the truth? This guy is subject to the exact same rhetoric and symbols that the rest of us are.
Yeah.
He's a sociopath and a pig, and he shot a 9-year-old and a woman because that's what he wanted to do.
Right.
He stalked this woman for 3 years, and anybody out there that thinks it's because of rhetoric, you're dumb. There's no, you're misinterpreting, you're stupid. We all read the same stuff, and this great article in the Post, it's like, should Catcher in the Rye be banned, or how about Mein Kampf, or all these other things that are sold, all these other things that are sold that are inflammatory. It's amazing how fast liberals who are supposed to be these free speech, this oasis of free thought, no one wants to ban words and phrases and thought more than you. What happened to you?
How come when Reagan got shot, they didn't try to ban Taxi Driver and try to end what's her name's career?
Jodie Foster or Robert De Niro.
Career or Robert De
Yeah, why
Niro's
not?
career. That movie should have been banned. And that did.
And he said that's why he did it.
Directly influence why he shot the president. Was that movie Taxi Driver?
He said
and Jodie Foster. He said it. It wasn't speculated. So why wasn't that movie removed from our society?
I wonder if this guy saw Taxi Driver.
great movie. He shaved his head just like fucking Travis Bickle.
There's some.
You can't trust a guy like Travis. They're either shooting people, kicking people in the balls. I don't know what they do. Travis, the name Travis is just trouble.
Did you guys see Chris Matthews' take on this whole thing?
No! Why would I listen to that jizzbag?
You hate him.
That MSNBC predictable pussy.
Him and Bill Maher should dock.
I like
and then
Bill.
have their penises cut in half with a machete.
I want to play it. We should find it now.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he went off.
Of course he did. Of course he did. But that's another brilliant example, Ant. What about Taxi Driver?
Yeah.
That was the movie that Hinckley said inspired him.
He did. It wasn't speculated. He said it.
Chris
This
Matthews
guy never
sucks.
said a word. This guy has not said a word about his intentions, why he did this, what influence, anything, nothing. And everyone else is speculating and then trying to legislate on speculation. When Reagan got shot, it was completely because of Jodie Foster and Taxi Driver, yet that movie is still played.
Well, they
No
used
one
it to
thinks twice
target
about it.
guns. That was Brady pushing that as well, the Brady because he got shot.
I fucking hated Mike Brady for that whole thing, and I'm glad he got the AIDS because of it.
Well, I want to play the Chris Matthews thing because it'll infuriate you guys.
It's different.
I want to play that.
Well, it's not even that infuriating. It's predictable. It is what the left has become. I hate to say it. I'm sick of bashing liberals. I agree with most of you on a lot of stuff.
But the other side's not predictable, Jimmy.
Yeah, but we know they're predictable. Like
both sides are predictable, though.
But the left is supposed to be conservatives were never free speech guys. We all knew if you violated religion or the Catholic Church or you said the dirty words like Janet Jackson, you show your tits and they're going to bitch and moan and shut you down. They are what they are. And I know what they are, so I know what I'm in for with them. They didn't come and say, we are this new thought process. We are artists. They never claimed to be that.
No.
So with them, they're consistent in sometimes their awfulness. The liberals are supposed to be different.
Supposed to be open-minded, progressive.
Yeah, colleges, progressive, free thinkers. Where's all your free thinking?
There's no free thinking
None of it.
there.
Carlin even said it.
Chris Matthews would tell you, though, he operates on the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
He likes to say that a lot.
He doesn't.
And I hope he gets sacked.
And he says,
and
guys,
his leg snaps like Theismann's.
And he says guys like Rush Limbaugh and Bill O'Reilly, they operate on like the 5-yard line.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, wait a minute. Was my speech a little too crazy? Is somebody going to, since I said he was on the 40-yard line and maybe he should get a leg like Theismann, is that inflammatory? Is that something, maybe now somebody will break his leg and I'll be held liable for that?
Danny, can you find the Chris Matthews? It should be online by now.
Chris Matthews is
Or get it down the hall.
Do you want to say a left-wing maniac shot somebody? And him being left-wing has nothing to do with it. I don't blame liberals for that. He's a psychopath.
He's crazy. There's
he
no one to blame.
shoots somebody and they blame the fucking teep.
There's no one else to blame.
Babies.
There's no one to blame. There's no speech, no movie, no music. No one is to blame but this lunatic and his own crazy-ass mind.
It is never anybody's fault but yours if you shoot somebody.
That's it. But the people with an agenda love both sides with an agenda love coming up with reasons why they did it, and then knee-jerk legislation.
The conservatives are vomit-inducing too, because like now they're attacking airport security. It's invasive. Like all of a sudden, they're now these are my don't violate my civil liberties guys just because of the Obama administration. They're phony too. But the left was supposed to be different. You guys claim to be different. And I'm in a business where there's a lot of liberals, and I make my living with speaking. Yeah. So I see what I get in trouble for, and I see who comes after me for what, or who comments on what, or what offends people. And it makes me sick. I saw what standards and practices used to tell me you couldn't say on TV. It was always left-wing ideology. Yeah. I hate to say it. I'm for gay marriage. I'm for gay adoption. I agree with you fuckers on most things.
We're working on it ourselves,
God
as a matter of fact. Me and Jimmy are trying to get a young black child brought over from Zimbabwe.
Do you know how frustrating that is, though? To have to fucking have them think I'm a conservative just because I don't want my speech censored? Or I don't think that I'm a victim of civil liberties violation because I don't mind being searched before I go onto a plane where a Muslim may fucking...
You can't be categorized as a middle-of-the-road guy anymore, because no matter what you say, they will take one fucking sentence and label you. We like playing both sides here. We really do. But we are categorized as either right-wing or left-wing. depending on what fucking minute it is and what we're blasting out of our shithole mouths.
We got to play the Chris Matthews.
Do you have it? Hear it.
It'll be fun.
Oh, do we have it?
It's online somewhere, or we could get it down.
Yeah, we'll play it. I'm for it because I heard what he said.
I actually want to hear. I want to hear Bill Maher on Leno too.
We could do that.
I want to hear that because that motherfucker is another delusional cocksucker. I fucking hate Bill Maher and his delusional thinking.
He's got quite the fan base, Ant.
What a fuck dick. Fuck him and his fag base. I don't care. Ugh.
You got to move into political talk. It's time.
Oh, believe me, I would love to. I'd love to do it from my basement, but,
it's just time to do that.
You made a logo. It spins around. It says Sirius XM on it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
If it's acceptable.
Hey, all right, we'll get that audio.
Yeah, we got to get that shit.
Oh, God.
Speaking of drowning pool, let the bodies hit the floor. Truthy on Twitter saying that we got to sue the singing parrot. Do you remember the singing parrot?
Yes.
That song.
I love that guy.
You got that? We haven't played that in a while. This is why the Arizona shooter did it.
It's a parrot. I love this thing. That's the coolest parrot. That is the coolest parrot ever.
That's 3.5 million views on the original. That's one of those videos where everyone just rips it off and has their own version of it, but the original's up to 3.5. Yeah.
Dumb parrot.
Somebody quoted Ron Bennington on Twitter, and I wish I would have heard Ronnie say this. They said Ronnie actually brought up, I guess, the J.D. Salinger thing. But he said he also asked, should dogs be banned because Son of Sam thought they talked to him.
Yeah. There's another one.
There you go.
I had a little chat with Ronnie B. and Fez.
Where'd you see that queer? And by that I mean Ronnie.
I had a little chat on my way home since we had a meeting yesterday. I had the pleasure of listening to the Ron and Fez show on my way home. And I gave him a call because Fez Whatley was coming out with some of the most bizarre shit I've ever heard a human being say.
What was he saying?
Well, he's very afraid of guns, which whatever. But I notice a lot of people that have opinions on guns, gun laws, what guns are used for, what they're not used for, that pistols are nothing but things to shoot people with, and have never touched a gun. That's a lot of people that have great opinions about their guns, never touched one, never saw one, never fucking don't even know what it's like to shoot one. But they're experts. And Fezzi started talking about how this guy that did the shooting in Arizona went to a Walmart, tried to get ammo. For some reason, the first Walmart he went to, they wouldn't sell him ammo. There's no reason given why they didn't. Whether they were out of 9mm ammo.
Is that true, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether he didn't have the proper ID. I don't know what it is. No one's saying what it is. Walmart isn't commenting. But he went to another Walmart, and Walmart sold him the ammo. This was hours before the shooting. He got his 9mm ammo, loaded up, and went on his rampage. Fez suggested that this gentleman that sold the assassin, or would-be assassin, the ammunition, should be held liable and arrested for selling this man the ammunition.
He sold it to him legally, didn't he?
Well, now,
Not according to Fezzi?
No, Fezzi's logic. He said it is exactly like the bartender rule, where if a bartender serves somebody that's drunk, and they go out and kill somebody as they're driving, the bartender can be held liable because they're serving a drunk, and it's his responsibility.
That seems to be an easy one to get out of, by the way, because what do you know? You don't know what the fucking guy did after he left your establishment.
Exactly.
Did he have a little bottle in the car?
But technically, there is a law against that.
But I think that's a tough one.
It is. It's very tough. I wonder how many people are actually prosecuted for that. But
sure.
He was making that comparison, saying it's exactly the same. I called up because I had to say that the bartender, it's his job to look at somebody at the bar, realize if they're drunk or not, or too drunk, and then cut them off and not serve them to protect the license of the bar and your job and a lawsuit and whatever. What might happen when the guy leaves. Someone's selling ammunition to a gentleman that has the proper identification. It's just his job to sell the shit. It's not his job to assess what the man is going to do with the ammo, and then be held responsible for what the guy does with the ammunition.
Right.
And I brought it the analogy again. A lot of people are making the analogy between cars and guns, but again, I did the same thing. It's like holding a car dealer responsible for selling a man a car that is then used to run through a crowd of people. Fez also said, in order to buy ammunition, you should have to take a test and go through a background check like you do when you buy a gun, just to buy the bullets for the gun every time you want to buy ammo. And then I suggested, well, then you should have to take another road test and written test every time you want to buy gasoline for your car, which would be very inconvenient. But why shouldn't you then every time be assessed if you can drive without hurting anybody whenever you fuel your car up?
More importantly, when did he start crying?
It was probably 3.2 seconds into the conversation. No, he actually held up pretty well.
He held his own.
Ronnie did a great job talking about how Fez and other people, like-minded people, just want the government to make them safe.
Right.
They want other people with guns to keep them safe, other people with regulations, other people with uniforms, the government themselves, smoking food, fattened food, this, that. No one wants to take responsibility. No one wants to hold anyone else responsible. They want the government to jump in and regulate everything. I read a tweet last night that just dumbfounded me to the point I couldn't even fucking respond to it. He was bringing up my point about Chicago, where you couldn't even legally own a handgun in Chicago. It's against the law. They changed the law now. I know, don't get on me on that. But believe me, the crime when you couldn't own a gun in Chicago, just as bad, if not worse, than it is now.
Right.
So I was talking about that. And this guy goes, Anthony, that's ignorant. It's stupid. You're talking about one place in the country that you can own guns in, that the crime is running rampant. If the whole country didn't have guns, we'd have a peaceful country. He goes, look at China. He goes, look at China and the crime rate in China with shooting. And all I'm thinking is, this motherfucker, do you want the same freedoms or lack thereof that we have in China, that they have in China here? Because that's what you're talking about. You can't compare China and what the lack of freedoms they give their people there to America and the constitutional rights you have in America, and then say, well, they don't have much gun violence there. It's like, yeah, but go on fucking Google and you'll get your hands chopped off, dumb fuck.
Basically, you would rather dodge bullets to go do some cool shit in America.
Exactly. Exactly. There's
a lot of cool shit to do in America, but you're going to have to dodge some bullets to get to some of these things.
It sounds silly when you say it like that.
I try to keep it silly.
But it is true.
Right.
But it is true. With freedom comes certain dangers because you're giving individuals the freedoms to do certain things.
Can I go back to the car thing for a second?
Yeah.
I think guns are regulated way more than fucking cars.
Yeah, they are.
And I believe... I'm just talking cars now. There's a lot of fucking people that don't know what the fuck they're doing behind the wheel. And maybe it should be tougher to get a license.
Should be more stringent.
Or maybe you don't get a license at 17 and that's it for your entire life. Maybe it would be a hassle, obviously, and as soon as they make this law, I'd be the first one to be yelling and screaming and be frustrated. But maybe every once in a while you got to be retested.
Every 2 years I have to be reevaluated for my pistol license.
Right.
Every 2 years.
And you get a license at 17, you never have to be retested.
You never again have to be retested.
Right.
And you could have things that happen during your life that make you an incapable driver.
And I'll tell you this much, I try not to get involved with the gun thing too much, but I'll be honest, I'm more scared of driving around than people with guns.
Well, you'll certainly have more of a chance of being killed or injured
I'm
in
way
a
more
car than a
scared
gun.
when I'm on the New Jersey Turnpike going to Philly or some of these fucking roads where they're coming right at you at 70 miles an hour. There's not even a barrier between you.
Hey, it'll be paint. There's 2 lines of paint.
Yeah, people
that,
see the
separate.
paint, and
Don't worry
that's
about
good
it.
enough.
There's paint.
I'm way more scared of that shit than a gun.
And driving is a privilege. Gun ownership is a right. Yet it's so much easier to exercise a privilege than to exercise a constitutional right. And people would rather have a right taken away than a privilege.
Right.
So which astounds me. They're dumb.
Well, here's
dummies.
I play
Bill
this.
Maher.
I play this because it's kind of fun when everyone gets riled up. This is Chris Matthews starting a show
Chris
yesterday.
Matthews. This is just gonna fuck. Okay, I gotta buckle in.
And just so you know, I'm not an MSNBC guy. I actually hate Keith Olbermann with all my heart.
All these guys.
I'm not a fan of fucking Bill O'Reilly. I probably have the same hate for Bill O'Reilly. But I do.
O'Reilly.
Where I'm at, I love just checking it all out and see how ridiculous this stuff is.
Yeah.
I don't focus on one side. I just don't have enough time in my day to fucking worry that much about it.
No,
but I did take a peek at Chris Matthews when he started his show yesterday, and buckle in.
Good evening, I'm Chris Matthews in Washington. I want to focus tonight on the crosshairs. If you don't want to hear what I'm saying right now, just go to your desktop or BlackBerry and look up the word crosshairs. It'll make the same point. Just go to Google and write crosshairs under the news. It'll take you to one person, one American political figure in this country. It's the person who's made crosshairs her political signature. Want to know who this person doesn't like? Just check the crosshairs. It's how this particular American politician IDs the preferred target, right there in the crosshairs. Don't retreat comes to command from the same politician that same day. Reload. Reload, of course. Don't forget to check those crosshairs when you do about who the enemy is. Well, last spring before she was shot, Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords said that she was in a certain politician's targeted list and she had been put in the crosshairs of a gun site on that politician's website. Congresswoman Giffords drew her own conclusions. Quote, when people do that, they've got to realize there's consequences to that action. Well, now after the shooting and the deaths, the politician who put Congresswoman Giffords and others in her crosshairs has put out word that those crosshairs are really something else, something to do with surveying, that they're not the bullseye this very politician herself said at the time they were intended to be. Well, that's not the way this crime is going to get written up in the history accounts. It will include an account of how Congresswoman Giffords had been targeted, placed in the crosshairs of a gun site prior to the attack by one person, former Governor Sarah Palin. Now, with all the history in this country in support of the Second Amendment, there's also an up-to-date history of rejecting politicians who use the threat of gunplay against other politicians. Shara Angle, for example, out in Nevada, talked of Second Amendment remedies against Congress and the need to, quote, take out Senator Harry Reid. The opponent of Debbie Wasserman Schultz invited voters to shoot at a human-shaped target that had her initials next to it. Well, voters don't like politicians who do this kind of thing. They're both out of the picture now. Well, as Republican consultant Todd Harris put it in the newspaper today, Governor Palin is now missing an opportunity to show that she's a leader at a higher level. Let's see whether she joins the country in saying that however we may disagree in this country, people shouldn't be talking about guns, reloading them or targeting them as a way to solve political arguments. It's in the governor's hands.
Why didn't he bring up the point that Obama said, if you bring a knife, we bring a gun?
Because he's a liberal phony.
Why didn't he bring up the point that 3 years prior, there was a Democratic ad that showed targets on various states, much in the same way that Sarah Palin did? Why doesn't he bring that shit up? Because he's got an agenda, a liberal cuntwad agenda.
It is sickening, man.
Hate this motherfucker. God, do I hate him.
But he is, the thing that's refreshing about Matthews is, it's like, sometimes you feel paranoid, like, why do I think this way? Like, am I that nuts?
Yeah.
And then the guy comes out and is that stupid. And he's he's not like a news anchor.
But he's being dishonest.
He's editorializing.
He's holding back information that makes his point, that bolsters his point. It's fucking spin. Just like everything else. It's liberal spin, just like Fox News has Republican and conservative spin.
No,
it's the
no
same
spin
way-
zone.
Oh, except no spin zone.
No spin
of course,
zone.
Of course.
He
You'll
keeps
never
it
spin
honest.
there.
Bill
You'll
O'Reilly keeps it
never
very
spin there.
honest.
Like a fucking Cuisinart, they spin.
Bill O'Reilly does, certainly.
We all do.
You'll fucking puke. You're so dizzy.
You'll puke. I get dizzy.
You think
I
you
do.
You think you got dizzy watching Cloverfield?
I fucking
sit down with an interview with Bill O'Reilly and watch how you're in a spinny chair as he's interviewing you.
I watch Bill O'Reilly. I get off my couch to take a piss. I go,
But he'll claim it's the no spin zone.
I fall down.
Which is the funniest thing I've ever seen on TV.
It's spinning.
Everything.
It's spinning.
That fucking guy spins. He spins.
It's spinning.
He's a spinner. See,
Bill O'Reilly's spinning. It's fucking... And you know what? Fuck the crosshairs. She put targets. They're crosshairs. A target does not necessarily mean, and this going, believe me, this guy, there's no proof that this guy saw these targets and fucking anything. A target is a metaphor. In many ways.
I got that, but you agree that they're actual targets, right?
They're crosshairs that you see in a scope.
Okay, but now
of a rifle scope.
One of her people came out yesterday and said, no, it's actually a survey symbol. So they're not even taking responsibility for the fact that this was rhetoric and she had gun targets.
Be honest.
She didn't mean that you should go out and shoot somebody, but now she's trying to spin and say, no, there's actually survey symbols. I don't even know what
Be honest.
I don't know what the symbol would be to that makes it look like it's crosshairs, but it's actually something else.
I've looked through a survey scope and, and the story poll, so you could fucking,
That's what her people are claiming.
No,
yesterday.
that's crazy.
At least own up to what you did.
It's a target, but it's a metaphor. You're targeting
I get
certain
that part of it,
areas
big time.
and districts and politicians for re-election and to overthrow them in their office or get them out of office and beat them in an election. You're targeting that district. It doesn't mean you're bombing them with a Norton bomb site, Jimmy.
Hey.
Or targeting them with a rifle scope and a bullet. A target has been used metaphorically throughout history.
Right.
You target something.
Let's go to Mike in Memphis.
It's ridiculous to take it literally every fucking time.
He's saying you're missing the point on the crosshair.
Am I?
Let's go, Mikey.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that people are missing the whole point of the crosshairs. There should have been 200 million other people. We all seen the same thing on TV. How come there wasn't a bunch of people lined up doing the same thing?
Exactly.
Yeah, we're all Manchurian candidates waiting to see a target, and then we just fucking walk away with guns and start shooting people? No.
But they know, the difference is they know it, dude. This is what bothers me. Everyone looking at those targets, it was a target. It is a metaphor for let's go and get. Nobody thinks that Sarah Palin meant for people to shoot, and anybody saying she did is a fucking liar.
You're lying.
They're not
right.
even crazy.
Not crazy. You're
They're
lying.
liars.
Dishonest.
And you're fucking vultures. You're political vultures, and you're taking it up this murder as an opportunity to just attack the other side. Chris Matthews, you phony cocksucker. You phony cocksucker. You know Sarah Palin did not mean that as a target. You know that.
Everyone
and I
does.
know you know that.
Regardless if you don't like the woman, you don't like her fucking politics, if you hate her,
you know
cannot
better.
honestly think that when she put crosshairs on a map to target certain areas, that it's metaphor and not literal, let's eliminate these
And it's
people.
why the whole country hated Bush. And then 2 years later, hates you guys again.
Yeah.
Do you understand how fucking out of touch with the way most people think you are?
I love the "Miss Me Yet" picture.
Jesus
of
Christ.
Bush with the "Miss
Dude.
Me Yet" on the bottom.
I love that one.
I wanted Obama to win. I really did. And I said I wanted Obama to win. How did you lose everybody already?
2 years.
2 years.
All it took.
Everybody hates you again.
Ugh.
Well, it's just one of those things where people just don't take responsibility for their own actions. They always look for the excuse for somebody else, It's this person's fault. It's this person in the media. I mean, are people really that stupid that they follow every single thing and take it literal?
And even if the problem with this country, even if there's somebody out there that is that stupid, sees the Sarah Palin map and goes, well, I know what I have to do now. We're never going to have a perfect record. There's going to be whack jobs out there.
Yeah.
There's millions of people that saw Taxi Driver and one nut acted out on it.
Yeah.
But there's people out there that now want us to ban, would love, if it happened today, would love to ban the movie Taxi Driver.
Ban the movie. Meanwhile, over the years, how many more people have seen that? Millions.
We're never going to have a perfect record. We're never going to be able to keep everyone under control.
Exactly. Why does everyone look for the perfect record?
You got to deal with the percentages, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, let the bodies hit the floor. Okay, maybe. Not in this case, but maybe there was some lunatic out there that did hear that song and decided he had to do some shit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's going to happen.
Do you think we're ever going to be 100% with murder where people don't kill other people for psychotic ideas?
They might be, and you know what? And go the other way with this. There might be a kook out there. He watches SpongeBob SquarePants. He goes, "Oh fuck, I know what I gotta fucking do."
Uncle Paul.
Why does it always have to be the obvious stuff too? It could be some weird ass shit that we don't even know about. That is making that switch go off in a crazy person's head.
It's never going to be 100%, and that's something I was also talking about with Ron and Fez yesterday. You can't expect to have a society, a free society, as free as we are.
What?
Society.
That's the only way I know that.
I know. And expect to have it work perfectly. It doesn't. When you give people freedoms, you open up yourself to certain dangers because you're giving people individual freedoms.
Right.
It just happens that way.
Right.
If you're in China, the government can absolutely run your life and say, you can have this, you can't have that.
And there's a person saying, don't talk about fucking China because you've never been there, my friend. You don't know how good it is over there.
Let me tell you something.
You don't know.
Who do you think went over with Nixon?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You and the pandas?
Me, the pandas, Nixon, some cherry trees. I was right there.
Right there, huh? With the pandas?
Right there with them. Pandas. Ying and Chang.
It goes back to the violent video games. I mean, they are selling violent video games like crazy.
And how many people are doing anything?
An extremely small percent. But there are lawmakers out there that goes, well, that's not good enough.
Oh, they think it's running rampant.
We need a perfect record here.
Record.
We need no one to do crazy shit because they play violent video games.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
It's
just not possible.
It's impossible.
You got to deal with numbers. If it was 50%,
oh, crazy,
and they could actually prove it, all right. Then
then there's a problem.
Then I would give in and go, all right, man.
If it's a fuckload of zeros and then a 1,
right?
And you gotta, you gotta eat it.
And I think in general that's what we're dealing with. But unfortunately, the culture of fear. We go back to that. The media sees that one fucking thing, and man, it's time to blow the fuck up.
They blow
it the fuck up, and say, look, we got a major problem in this country.
And then people use it to their advantage and try to spin it for one side or the other, for political gain,
right?
For ratings, whatever it is. But the bottom line is,
it's fun to watch.
It's a country that the country we live in you could trade away your freedoms for safety. You're never going to be 100%.
No.
But you could probably make it safer. You could probably make it safer. Take away all the guns, police state, curfews, perhaps. If there's curfews, nighttime curfews in inner cities to keep gangbangers off the streets. Get the military in the inner cities.
Right.
There's plenty of solutions, but it's against what the fucking country is. You can't do that. It's illegal.
And you don't want to see the other side of that, what that means when you keep everything so safe. It's going to be a fucking boring-ass country.
Well, it's pretty boring.
We could talk about what we're experts in, radio.
Fascism.
What they did at regular radio, thank God you got the satellite and the internet is now taking off.
Yes, thank God for you.
They completely fucked regular radio over nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. No one was being affected by what Imus said. And I understand we've talked about this a million times, but that's what we do know. And look what they did. They made it very boring for a lot of people in their cars that still don't have the satellite.
Yeah, now people are scared to do anything.
Have you tried listening to regular radio?
No.
It is unbelievable how bad it is.
I'll be honest. I listened to 1010 Wins and 88 News. News is the only regular radio I listen to.
And they kicked everyone out with a personality, either a personality or a little edge. A little edge. You know, the only ones that survived are the political guys. But that gets to be boring after a while too. Listening that day in and day out.
Yeah, unless something new
and
is happening.
And it was based on nothing.
Yep.
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing. Maybe that small percent that you just said, the 0.0001, was affected by maybe something Imus said, or maybe something Howard said back in the day, maybe something we did or said back in the day.
Yep.
Maybe. And everyone else had to sacrifice because of that.
It's an
That's
embarrassment.
what really scares
It's a
me.
fucking embarrassment.
More importantly, did you see Hillary Clinton fucking fall on her
Falling
fat
in her
ass?
plane?
Can you play that for us, Danny?
Let me tell you
it's
something.
everywhere today.
Johnny on the spot with the plane lights, though, huh?
Yeah.
The lights on the plane?
Yeah.
She falls on her fucking fat face, and
hilarious.
somebody in the plane hit the lights, so it completely darkened the inside of the plane. Amazing.
I tweeted this really late last night. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's great.
Yeah, Hillary walking up the stairs, she tripped over
Falling
her own
down,
big
always
fat
funny.
ankles.
Was there ever a falling down that wasn't funny?
Never! I don't know. I yell all the time.
Why is everyone yelling?
We all love yelling in this place. I do it at home now.
Is that just
I just start yelling. No! That's her on the floor, yeah.
That's so great when she falls.
Let the fatty hit the floor. Let the fatty hit the floor.
Somebody tweeted that she fell because of her elephant fucking cankles, and I just laughed.
She saw a mouse and got scared.
She's walking up the stairs.
Yeah, the people
all
are
eyes
cheering.
are on her. She's at the top of the stairs getting ready to walk into the plane. Of course, they have to have an ad right before she falls.
There she goes. She spins
gives
around,
the
gives the
wave.
wave, and whooped it out. Whoa! She falls on her face. And look at this. Look at this. Someone cuts the lights in the plane. It's great.
Why?
Probably so.
Look, see?
Come on.
So you can't see. They're like, cut the lights. Don't let anyone see.
God
in
forbid
here.
we all see a real moment.
But that's Johnny on the spot, though, because it happened pretty quick.
Yeah, and that
cut
guy's
those
like,
lights.
Fuck that.
Don't see her fall. You might get one of those snatch shots, one of those Lindsay Lohan snatch shots off of her.
They probably always turn off the lights when she walks in if people are eating. Like, we don't want to see her fat lower half.
Oh, God.
Hey,
it's Mushy Cam's McGillicuddy.
Did you see the song I tweeted yesterday? It's so obnoxious, and people are really mad at me.
Oh, wait, for 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Somebody, Pat from Menaki brought this up. Hillary was Clit Van Dyke, whatever. But it would be funny to mix that video with the and have her fall right at the point where Dick Van Dyke falls at the beginning of the Dick Van Dyke show.
Someone get it done.
Someone do that.
I'll retweet whoever gets it done. First
That's
person get it
fucking
done.
It's easy.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Danny, there's an Arizona shooter song that I tweeted. It's it's so obnoxious. It's either catchy or the worst thing you'll ever hear.
Is it a tribute? Is it a parody? Is it something that's tasteless?
It's like,
is it touching?
Yeah, third down right there.
Is it like "Mommy, these for you"?
Yeah, right here. Listen to this. Tell me what you think.
All right, let's listen.
Jared Lee Loughner is a crazy guy.
Shoehorn.
Shot a bunch of bullets and a bunch of people died. Jared Lee Loughner's crazy as can be. Knock him down and lock him up and throw away the key. Knock him down and lock him up and throw away the key. All right. Jared Lee Loughner screwed up in the brain, but they allowed him to purchase a weapon anyway. Jared Lee Loughner,
Oh, what a
he has
shoehorner.
crazy eyes. Better kill him now before another person dies. Better kill him now before another person dies.
This guy looks like a problem.
All right. Jared Lee Loughner, throw away the key.
Throw away.
Everybody hopes that you get the death penalty.
I love the face you're making. Love it.
I hate this. Yeah, I'm making the butthead face.
There's many more people like you out there anyway. Is there many more people like
Is
you
there
out there
many more
anyway?
people? This guy is the king of the shoehorn.
All right.
What's he doing?
Jared Lee Loughner is a crazy guy. Shot a bunch of bullets and a bunch of people died. Jared Lee Loughner's crazy as can be.
And with 3,278 views, wow, is he just tearing it up. Yeah.
You know what, though? You'll be humming that later.
No,
yes,
I forgot it already, I swear.
Or you'll say all right to yourself.
I swear, I've already forgotten
right.
it. The guy is a hack. He's a hack. Hate that guy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like it's all right. He's quite the rocker.
Oh, let me say hi to Tim. This is breaking news. Tim, go ahead, sir.
Hello, Tim.
Hello, guys. I want to let you know, I just heard on the Weather Channel that Mayor Menino is supposed to be making a special call to the Weather Channel to discuss the snowstorm.
Can we get the Weather Channel on the top TV somehow?
I would hope we could.
And I guess the mayor had his state of the city or the state of the state address. Wait, he's the mayor of the
state of the city?
Probably state of the city last night. So
yeah,
I want to take a peek at that audio.
Mayor Menino, I want to hear that.
I want to hear how bad he was mumbling last night.
There you go, guys.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Oh, we got it. That's the Weather Channel for
Yeah.
everything you do.
Yeah, we could maybe
Where
get the
is
audio down the hall. That would be nice. Mayor Menino calling into the Weather Channel.
You ever watch a show on the Weather Channel? They do shows like, oh, tornadoes. And you watch it, and it's the Weather Channel staff, and they're talking about it. It's probably amongst the most boring thing you'll ever see in your life.
They do some numbers.
The Weather Channel?
They do some numbers.
Yeah, it's weather.
People like their weather. Hey, we missed a great observation on Chris Matthews. Travis will help us out here in Detroit. Go ahead, Travis.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hello.
Chris Matthews is freaking out about people using targets because of their military symbolism. The name of his show is Crossfire.
That's, God damn it, what a good
Holy
point.
shit.
And it is, and I forgot to mention that.
God damn it, what a
Fucking
good
brilliant.
point.
See, yeah.
Crossfire is the name of his fucking show. Oh, man, how did we miss that one?
And he opens up with a whole speech on crosshairs.
Crossfire.
Did you guys see Social Network? Did you do your homework
Dummy.
assignment last night?
Oh, was that homework? Is he in? Someone in today?
Yeah, we got one of the guys coming in.
Who?
Oh.
The guy that played the Twins.
Well, I logged on to Facebook.
What? Oh, that's good. That was good enough.
I think that's enough
Yeah,
research.
Certainly.
I saw. I know what you do.
Certainly is.
I got some friend requests.
Was that on
Ignore,
yesterday's
ignore,
email?
ignore. That's what I do.
You ignored all the emails?
Yeah, friend requests. I can't be bothered. And don't beg me. Why don't you accept me? Because it's not real friendship. Get over it. Like that dummy that killed herself, and none of her Facebook friends came to her aid.
Is it good?
Because they're not real friends, dummy.
Dude, I hold.
Oh, what did E-Rock bring in?
E-Rock, are all the tracks good and those are the best? The ones highlighted are good. I know that. I'm not
They're
stupid.
all good. The ones that are yellow are really very
We got
funny.
Mayor Thomas Menino, State of the City, 2011 in front of us that he did last night. We got
Bless
9 clips of him being a mumbling mess.
Stuttering, muttering prick.
So why don't we take a break? We'll get Social Network guy in here for a little bit. We'll do the Mayor Menino thing for a little bit.
Oh, is he here?
And then we're going home early.
You know why? Because it's a snow day.
Yeah, we should go home early.
We got to. It's crazy today.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Get a Jim Brewer bit ready, please.
Opie and Anthony. The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
Oh, God.
Want to wish Smoking Joe Frazier a very happy birthday today.
Smoldering Joe Frazier.
Star-studded birthdays today, Anthony. You got the Joe Frazier. He's 67.
Yeah.
You got the amazing Kreskin. He's 76. We miss the amazing Kreskin. We used to do some good radio with that guy. Rush Limbaugh, 60.
Is it the Rush Limbaugh, or is it a singer from the 50s?
The Rush Limbaugh.
All right. I just want to make sure Travis didn't fuck
By the
up
way,
again.
let's not forget that Kevin Bacon type bit we did yesterday went over big time with the listeners. We
Big
got to do that
time.
again. Also, Kirstie Alley is 56. You got the Rob Zombie's birthday today, Sam, 45. And a big happy birthday to Howard Stern down the hall.
How old's Howie?
I don't know. I'm just going to say a big happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do now. Look what I do.
I remember.
Look what I do.
I remember when Howie was like 27, his 27th birthday.
On the
they were
radio?
celebrating, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was some sick shit. That was back in like WEMBC days.
Right.
I used to listen back in, I guess it was 83, 84, and I'd be washing dishes and listening to WNBC.
Really?
Back in the olden days.
The two shows yesterday bumped into each other because we had our creative meeting. So I'm talking to Fred for a little bit, and then I see Jimmy and Howard having a nice little chit chat.
Yeah,
small talk, you know.
It's nice,
but
yeah.
We got the dude from the Social Network down the hall. You want to go get him? Also, once again, and I feel like an asshole because I was like, yeah, but the listener was wrong. Chris Matthews' show is not called Crossfire.
No.
And I know that. I don't know why I went with the fucking caller. His show's called Hardball.
Hardball.
And,
do you know a hardball can hurt you, though?
It sure can.
It really can. If really thrown hard at your head, it could hurt.
Cue ball is a hard ball.
That's a hard ball.
That could do some damage.
Yeah.
But, we were making a fine point how he opens up his show about crosshairs, and then his show's called Crossfire, and the fact is his show is not called Crossfire, it's called Hardball, and Crossfire was on CNN, and I knew that, and it's not on CNN anymore.
Was he ever on Crossfire?
No, because it was a CNN program.
Yeah, well, people go back and forth.
Who's going to be the guy that asks Army? Is his name Army? He's coming down the hall. Army Hammer.
ARMIE. Army Hammer. I keep thinking
Army
Hammer.
Hammer.
Like the baking soda.
The Social Network. I saw the movie recently, and I really liked it. Roland.
Oh, look at that.
Army.
Fellas.
Army fucking Hammer in studio.
That's the guy.
What's going on, brother?
Take a
Chilling,
seat.
man. How are you guys?
Have some fun. Good, man.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hanging.
Yeah, you know.
It's the morning.
You're not a Harvard preppy type of guy in real life, right?
No, hell no, dude. I dropped out of high school and college.
Okay, because I hated your character in the Social Network, but I think I was supposed to hate you guys a little bit. No,
a little bit. I mean, it's funny because people who watch the movie, they kind of associate, or they side with whoever they associate the most of themselves in. So it's like, you're not a Harvard dude, so you look at the Harvard dudes and you're like, those guys are a bunch of douchebags.
I am.
I'm a fucking SUNY guy.
I'm a Yale man myself.
Yeah. I could tell it was the baby blue you're wearing now.
And I see the Social Network, and you're in the movie, and let me just say it this way, and then I'll explain, with his twin brother, okay? And I go through this whole movie going, wow, these two fucking guys were great in the Social Network. And then Roland has to tell me, and I'm embarrassed, I didn't know this, he goes, that was one guy, and they CGI'd the twin brother in the movie. I'm like, how the fuck did they do that?
That's amazing.
Yeah,
How do they do that?
Amazing.
I don't get paid enough to know these things. That's David Fincher's job. He's like he is a technical wizard when it comes to that
It was
stuff.
filmed brilliantly, by the way.
Thanks, man.
He's just amazing. But how do they CGI you? I don't get it.
Okay,
I get the basics of that shit, but how did you have to deal with that?
It was like a multi-part process that we did. Part of the way we would do it was always myself and another actor named Josh Pence, and we'd be there together. And I'd always start as Cameron, like the preppy one with the updo and all that, like the gentleman of Harvard, and then Josh would start playing Tyler Winklevoss, and then we'd shoot it until Fincher was happy, which could be 90 takes.
Wow.
And then
Is he one of those guys?
Oh yeah, he's a shooter for sure. And then he'd say, okay, switch, and then basically I'd go change clothes, change hair, change makeup, sit where Josh was seated, and everybody else would leave set, and they'd put a piece of tape on this wall, and they go, that's your brother, and they put a tennis ball over there, and they say, if you want to talk to someone else, that's him there. And basically I'd put an earwig in my ear that had an audio recording of myself.
They put creatures in our bodies.
So,
wow, that is...
So I ended up playing both parts for some of it, and then for the other part, they would just use Josh Pence's body, and then I'd go in and do like the Benjamin Button thing, and the special effects, and basically put my face on it.
I now want to go back and see the Social Network again to see if I could tell.
Yeah. Well, dude, I was not allowed to talk about this before the movie came out. Like, Sony was like, you cannot talk about the twins. And
you got to make believe
okay,
you got a twin brother.
Yeah. Well, they didn't want anyone like you going to the movie going, okay, I'm going to find where it doesn't work.
Right. To see where it doesn't work or whatever.
Yeah.
Damn, that's amazing shit.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. It was fun shit, that's for sure.
And, well, it's twice the work for you. I hope you got a little, extra.
Yeah, you get paid for two people?
Scratch
I got
for
paid
that.
half, and I never figured it out.
Yeah, how does that work? Wait a minute. No, you're doing 2 roles. You get paid half.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
You want to explain the Social Network for the people out there?
Yeah, sure. It's a movie that's... it's about Facebook, but it's not really about Facebook, because who the hell wants to see a movie only about Facebook? That's not very fun.
I got to jump in for 1 second. I think what hurts the movie, even though it's doing great numbers, obviously, so maybe this doesn't even mean shit, I don't like the name The Social Network for this movie.
Yeah.
There's so much more going on.
Yeah. Well, but also, if you think about it, it is the social network. It is Facebook. So
Yeah.
it's like there's not. If you say the social network, people will know. Oh, it's Facebook.
I would like to see a movie about Facebook though, where it's like a guy and the camera's on him, and he's just going like, ignore. And that's like, confirm, I'll take that friend. And then you're like, no, I'm not taking that one. And just the thrill of like, is he going to take this person?
Yeah, getting to be exclusive with your friends
That's
online,
cool.
man.
And then they could CGI like another twin, and he's going like, I'm going to take the guy you ignore.
Yeah, I'd watch
Thrill
2.5 hours of that.
Thrill a minute.
Yeah.
Or maybe they could show every girl you meet you thought wasn't fat, turns out she is. But she has that great profile shot. And you're like,
the one at the up angle, so you can't. You're just like, oh, she's got big tits, and then you're like, whoa.
Or she's on the beach and it was taken from like 4 miles out.
The doe eye looking up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Christ. Doe eyes and body of a moose.
Voodoo shots are just...
I love those.
Yeah.
Are you on the Facebook, as they say?
No, I'm not. I'm immune.
Really?
Yeah, I was. I mean, before I dropped out of college, I had a Facebook, and because, I mean, that's sort of like the digitalized dorm now. You can't have a social life in college if you don't have a Facebook.
Right. Yeah.
So I did have a Facebook, but then, like everybody else, I just started spending too much time on there, and I'm like, wait a second, if the power in my house died, this would all go away and it wouldn't even exist. So I'm kind of
but where's
over
the
it.
power going? Come on.
Yeah,
have some fun.
We're in New York. It could go any moment.
If the power goes, we're all fucked. So.
Anarchy.
You should enjoy Facebook until that happens.
What have you traded it in for anything? Twitter? What do you do?
Nothing. I'm social network free.
You just don't do anything? You're off the grid, as they say.
Yeah, maybe I'm just lazy.
And you're one of the stars of the social network. That doesn't make sense. I want to get back to this. So you're a dropout, but you play
CB radio is what it is.
You're a college dropout, but you play a Harvard douchebag.
Yeah.
And explain the movie further because.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. It's basically the story of a bunch of young guys with more money and brains than sense, who all around the same time come up with great ideas. And these two Winklevoss twins come up to an underclassman named Mark Zuckerberg and say, we have an idea for a site. It's this. It's based on exclusivity. Will you help us build it? And he goes, yeah, I'll do that. Takes all of their research, and they never see him again. And then something like 43 days later, or something like that, please don't quote me, I'm not an expert, he launches Facebook, his website. And then all of a sudden they're like, dude, that
was our idea.
That's our idea, you bastard.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then it's sort of about the battle that happened in the beginning and how they grew the company, Mark Zuckerberg's brilliant strategy for expanding it. But at the end of the day, like, it's not a movie about Facebook. It's a movie about all of, like, the major themes that are about any story. It's like class, power struggle, the need to be loved, the need to be accepted, all these things that we deal with every day, put in like a 21st century, presentation.
Whose angle is this, by the way? Because I'm sure Zuckerberg would go, hey, man, that's not how it went.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure that if anyone made a movie about you when you were 19 and it wasn't from only your point of view, you'd go, wait, no, that's not how it was.
But whose take is this?
It's we approach everybody's take as if they believe it like it's the truth.
Has Zuckerberg commented on this movie? I don't know.
Yeah, he said a couple things. I think he's played it cool. I think he said like, well, they definitely got the clothes right, or something like that. That was pretty much his only comment.
He seems like he comes across as a weirdo in the movie. Socially inept.
Yeah, I would say he's definitely socially inept. At least he comes across that way.
Ironic.
Sure.
Maybe borderline autistic.
Yeah. I mean, you could say like you could say Aspergian for sure.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, but like. It's funny that the one guy who seems to have no social skills is better at like compartmentalizing and putting the entire social setting online.
Right.
I mean, maybe it's funny because he doesn't know how to socialize. He's studied it so much more than people who are able to just naturally do it.
But it is kind of what Facebook and the other social networking things are about. It really isn't about honest relationships and knowing somebody. It's just pretty mechanical and just, hey, how many friends do you have? None. Yeah. None of them are your friends, dummy.
Yeah, a lot of
their names,
fake friends.
Their pictures, and their profiles.
You're all just friend collectors, admit it.
I have so many friends, do you? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And Jimmy loves having a lot of friends on Facebook.
No, I actually had to get rid of a lot because there was some questionable friends. My girlfriend's like, how do you know her? I'm like,
oh, really?
She's just a nice girl from Arkansas who I've never met.
I just accept friends randomly. Like, I'll just go down the list, and surprisingly enough, they're all girls.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, it's just who contacts me. No guys.
They're all fat girls with doe eyes.
Yes, doe eyes looking up at the camera.
Yeah.
The other thing I learned from the social network is that Napster guy was involved. I did not know that. I forgot his name.
Sean Parker.
Sean Parker. Remember
Where's
Napster
he
guy?
been?
He had a stake in this whole company, and then the movie shows how he fucked it up, and I don't want to give that away.
It shows
and
how
he still
sort of inserted himself.
And he still has a tiny percent of Facebook, but he was going to have a nice big percent before he did what he did. And
I think he's got like, don't quote me, I think he's got like 7% of the company.
I think,
or is it less than that?
Opie, less, more?
I want to go with 1%.
1%?
Whoa!
I don't know though. Now I'm confused.
Higher.
I think they really knocked his percent.
Of a $30 billion company.
That's
he's
what I'm
doing
saying.
Good. We haven't seen him because he's on an island somewhere.
He's doing very well.
Had 51, I guess, right? He knocked it down to 51%, so he has control. But
I heard he still lives in like a regular house with his girlfriend, like
he's a weirdo.
an average house.
And apparently he slept just like on a mattress on a floor for like a long time.
Why? Because he's comfortable there, or that's just. I wonder if he's OCD. Sometimes OCD people don't change things.
I'm telling you, he's borderline autistic, and that's what it's all about. And he doesn't really care about money like the average person does.
No.
That's what I got from this movie.
That's the guys who make although Bill Gates is pretty ruthless. So like Bill Gates business wise was ruthless, so he cared about money. But a lot of guys who don't care about it are the ones who make the billions. Right. Said the guy who needed something to say.
Bill Gates gives a lot away.
Yeah.
Bill Gates also has like that nice look in his eye. You look at him and you're like, oh, he probably wouldn't intentionally wrong you.
He wouldn't screw me, yeah.
Then he puts you on the table and really rapes you. Bill Gates doesn't play games.
And when you were rowing in the movie there, with your twin brother, I got to get back to that. What the fuck? I don't get it.
That was
what they're doing with these fucking movies.
Dude, it was I don't know why they didn't just hire normal twins. It would have made it so much easier for all of us.
You must have been that damn good with your audition, I guess.
Or I was the only actor in Hollywood who's actually 6'5". So
why not change the story and just say it was about one guy in Harvard? Fuck the twin angle. They always change things in movies anyway.
Oh man, the twins would have been so pissed. It's like they got skipped over
One
on
of them
Facebook. Now in the movie they get fucked again.
Have you met the real twins?
I did. I met him after we finished principal photography, which was really strange. He was like, oh, there's two of you. Like, this is great.
He's got a great neck for the cloning tool.
Yeah.
That's what he's got. He could easily be incorporated on another body.
Yeah. Are they Harvard douchebags?
Okay, here's the thing. Yes.
So you got to see the movie because he's so hateable because he's always gotten everything in his life. This guy.
Here's the thing: these twins, they come from a
the real twins or your twins?
The real twins.
Okay.
They come from like a wealthy background. They went to Harvard. They have all these things going for them. And in the movie, when you hear someone say, like, we are gentlemen of Harvard, like, we can't do that, it seems like a somewhat romantic notion. But when you hear someone talking like that in real life, you're kind of like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Really? You want to be that guy?
Snobby kind of a thing.
And the real twins ended up rowing in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I know a lot about this movie.
Oh, yeah?
6th best rowers in the entire world.
Yeah. 5th and 6th or 6th and 7th?
I think 6th and 6th. I think it's a twin thing.
It's a twin thing. Yeah, but that's not a medal, so who's going to ever remember that except them?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Oscar buzz around this movie, too. I mean, they're already talking about it being...
yeah, what?
I should say nominated, but...
I think it has a really good chance at Best Picture. Director?
What if the other twin guy wins? What'll you do?
The CGI gets the award.
Dude, Josh Pence was the other guy. He deserves it, man. He's like the unsung hero of the movie. He was there every day. I was there working every day. We all were, and unfortunately, just like had his face
and just
replaced.
never is seen. He walks down the street and just is like,
and
the
he
guy
acted
was in the movie.
in the fucking movie.
Yeah, he didn't, but he got a cameo too.
He did.
Do you remember the scene where it was like the first scene they get groupies and they get the blowjobs in the bathroom?
Yes.
And the guy's about to come in the bathroom and they're like, "Oh, sorry, girls are cleaning up there." And he's like, "Sweet, that's Josh."
Oh shit!
Yeah, he got a cameo. Yeah,
he gave a little bone.
Yeah.
That's cool. I haven't seen it, but I already like it after hearing that great description. Facebook groupie. I guess that when they started to hit big, you got a couple $1 billion, man. You can get blown in the bathroom. That's the beauty of money. I'm really adding nothing to this conversation, but I do. Now I have to see the movie.
Hey, did you meet Trent Reznor?
I did. I met him at the Palm Springs Film Festival a couple days ago. I actually ended up sitting next to him at a table, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because I've always been a huge fan. Like meeting that guy was insane.
Yeah, he did the music for the movie.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, the music's really good.
Off the subject, years ago, my girlfriend had a Trent Reznor fetish. She loved him, and she said she used to masturbate thinking about me and him having sex. I swear to God. A girl I dated who just actually contacted me recently.
Now that I've met him, that is the strangest visual I've ever seen. I don't know how anyone masturbates to that.
I don't even know what he looks like. I know who he is, but I don't know what he looks like. But I know that it was a creepy fantasy.
No, you'd dig him.
Would I? No, I'm not.
You'd bang him.
I'm not gay.
Hey, look, why'd you have to say that?
Because he doesn't know me. He might just think that I'm really an unattractive little fruit.
There you go.
All right.
That's new Trent.
Oh, I thought he had long hair.
But that's
He
later.
used to,
yeah, he used to.
Okay.
You got to go a little older, Trent.
Wait. So now they're saying Sean Parker was a co-founder. He wasn't the famous Napster guy. It was the Napster guy.
He was,
wasn't
yeah. Well, I think there were two guys involved in the Napster. It was like Sean Parker and Sean Fanning, I think was the other guy.
Oh, my fucking
So maybe
Lord.
Sean Parker did the same thing in Napster that he did with Facebook, just kind of weaseled his way in.
I thought it was the main Sean that we all know, but it's the other Sean that we don't hear about much.
I don't know.
I'm really confused again.
Like that cherry guy, from yesterday.
Yeah.
Who's the cherry guy?
I don't know.
That's a long story.
It's Travis screwing up someone's birthday. Thought it was a Canadian hockey guy, and it was a jazz guy from the 50s.
So there were two Napster guys named Sean. Oh, I did not know that until right now. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
We
So
all
what
knew
else?
Sean Fanning.
What else are you working on? What else you been in? You're kind of new on the scene.
Yeah, I am, dude. I am definitely. My next thing is.
That's why you're so nice to us.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't hate my job yet. I'm not jaded. Yeah.
You're way too nice, which means you just got in the business.
Yeah.
I can't wait till he really hits, and then like a bunch of publicists are in here just saying
of
he's
course.
got to go, cut it shut down,
Of
out
course.
now.
Yeah. So
Like,
far, this is just. I'm still new to this, so the publicists are just waiting in the hallway.
Oh,
right
she's
now.
on her BlackBerry, checking her
Yeah,
Facebook.
she
She
doesn't know
don't
what's
care.
going on.
Checking other clients.
Yeah.
look at
the more important ones. Yeah.
Look
Like, who's this army guy? What a weird name. Yeah. Next, I'm working with Clint Eastwood on a movie he's doing called J. Edgar about J.
goodbye,
Edgar Hoover.
goodbye. Les, we'll see you.
Yeah, next time I'll be with publicists. See you guys.
That's it. Goodbye.
Who are you playing?
Wow,
Are you
that's
playing Clive Tolson?
Clyde, yeah.
Clyde
Yeah.
Tolson. I'm sorry. That was his second in command over there. That it was rumored that he was homosexual with for his entire. Clyde Tolson.
Yeah.
You gonna be doing homosexual stuff?
Well, I can say that I'll be playing Clyde Tolson. That's about as much as I can say
Who's
right
playing
now.
Edgar? Let's see who he has to make out with. Who's playing Edgar?
Yeah, who are you gonna
Leonardo
make?
DiCaprio is playing.
Oh man,
you're a lucky man.
Oh, you
fuck outta
lucky
here.
devil.
God, what a
Leo?
lucky man.
Yeah.
He looks. Edgar was a 3. They should have got Danny DeVito to play J. Edgar Hoover. He was. Then again, DiCaprio kind of has like weird, like bigger eyes. Maybe he could pull it off.
Oh yeah, he's a pig.
No, but I mean,
Yeah, just a slouch.
dude, he's a
Girl
tall.
chicks hate him.
He looks nothing. J. Edgar Hoover was an ugly dude, and DiCaprio is DiCaprio.
Yeah.
That seems like some weird.
Well, he
casting.
played Howard Hughes also, and Howard Hughes wasn't,
Wow.
like
But also,
stunning
I
of
think
characters.
J. Edgar's supposed to be shorter, I think, and Leo's
Yes!
probably 6 foot, 6'1" or so. So I'm 6'5", so that'll handle.
Oh,
some of the
actually, he
height
does
thing.
look just.
yeah,
he actually
yeah.
does this. Looks just like him. Yeah, here's the. You might think this is DiCaprio if I didn't tell you who it is.
Oh, the resemblance is striking. Yeah.
Oh my God! Why?
What's the matter? Wasn't William Frawley available?
Apparently not.
And Charlize Theron?
I don't know that she's actually doing it.
Okay, because they got it on the IMDb already. And
Yeah.
look, they got you right there, Army Hammer. Hey, have you met Clint yet?
No, haven't met anybody in the process, and I start shooting in less than a month.
Wow.
Yeah, a totally different approach. Like Clint doesn't meet with actors before he casts them. He casts everything on tape. You know, he's old school, man.
up,
Yeah.
man.
Are you nervous
Wow.
about meeting him? I mean, it is Clint.
Yes. Like
Gotta
I'll
be
say,
a little.
I'm nervous, not in like the debilitating sense, but in like the man. I got to bring my good shit seriously. You know, so it's motivating for
Are you
sure.
practicing your opening line for Clint?
I'm practicing my gay face. You know.
Here's what you should say to Clint. He'll love this. Just say, "Hey, go ahead, make my day." Just do it.
Okay, you're fired.
yeah, exactly.
Pretty much
Shortest
it.
day of work
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
Who's playing Melvin Purvis?
I don't know. who's
Charlize
playing Melvin
Theron.
Purvis, but wow, dude. Good. Yeah.
I've read a lot about the FBI.
Melvin Purvis, G-Man.
Melvin Purvis was
Yes.
an agent that they said that Edgar liked and was very attracted to.
Oh.
He was a naughty boy, but they couldn't kill him. You couldn't kill J. Edgar because he had shit on everybody.
Yeah.
He had files on all the Kennedys and everybody, so they were afraid that if they killed him, his files would pop up.
Right.
And that's why he was able to.
You should have played him.
At least in the way they kind of they kind of present it from everything I've seen is that he'd show up at the president's office and be like, "Sir, this is a matter of national security. Here's a recording of your wife doing so and so and so and so. I just want you to have this." And the guy would be like, "Give me that." He's like, "Okay, but just so you know, I have an extra copy, so it's
Just
safe."
in case, so it's
Yeah, it's
safe.
like, oh, God,
I
what do you
meanwhile,
want?
it's like,
You know?
oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And he would present it like he was a friend, and he hated. I think he hated Bobby Kennedy because Edgar would go right to the president.
Yeah.
But then when Kennedy was the attorney general, he was like, no.
Yeah, you go
come to
through
me.
Bobby,
And boy,
yeah.
he fucking hated Robert Kennedy.
Yeah.
I don't think he was fond of JFK
I don't
either.
think that lasted that long. Whoopsie.
Yeah. Clyde Tolson,
Wow, that's
wow.
so. Yeah, working with Clint Eastwood is that's like a completely different approach to directing. Obviously.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
How much experience do you have with acting and directing? What have you done so far?
I've been in this business for 6 years or so.
Yeah,
and
that's relatively short, though.
Yeah, and as it goes, for the first 5.5 of them, I spent on an uphill battle with people kicking dirt in my face.
Yeah,
and then finally, someone like David Fincher comes along and goes, "Hey, you want a shot?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do.
Finally.
Thank you." And then it all kind of
cool.
But let's slow down a little bit. That 5.5 years. What's some of the horse shit you had to do?
Oh, well, now
talk
I
about
can't
it
say
now.
after you fall. I can't follow with horse shit.
I know, I have a way of saying
You know,
things that fucks it up.
the way you should say this, like your
You should
experience.
have just said morning radio.
This show?
Yeah, exactly. This is like the
This
last.
is still part of the climb.
Yes, this is some of the horse shit you will be.
Believe me,
hurtling.
5 minutes after the Clint handshake, we're wiped away from his memory. Oh, those dirtbags.
All right, make believe I didn't say that, and Jimmy will ask a different question.
Because I understand some of the struggles. So coming up, what are some of the things you had to do to this point? I mean, they're probably not all pleasant.
Yeah, no, I did some TV work. I worked on a show called Gossip Girl. For a
That
little
sounds
bit.
like shit.
Oh well,
I'm just kidding.
Our own Roland is a big fan of GG.
Roland's a big fan.
He calls it GG.
Some very attractive ladies on the Gossip Girl.
Yes,
yes,
that is one of the draws. That was really interesting shooting in New York because New York's a hustle and bustle city, and all of a sudden you're shooting a show and you're walking through the middle of like Park Avenue and they've stopped traffic and you're just like, are you freaking kidding me? This is crazy. So that was like a fun experience.
Yeah, you know what's even crazier? Trying to drive around that bullshit. Fucking pain in the ass. Trailers, you're like, oh, there's cops directing you down a street with 8,000 cars on it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, that was all me. You're welcome.
No problem. Yeah.
Did a great show that I love working on called Reaper on the Warner Brothers. And,
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Just little jobs here and there,
How is DiCaprio? Have you met him yet?
No, haven't met him.
I saw him in a sushi restaurant. I wanted to follow him out like a girl and yell, Leo, and get a photo. But my girlfriend's like, I couldn't. I would have to. Everyone would have known what I was doing. It was
But I
just
think
too
you have
humiliating.
to do that one. It's Leo.
I didn't do it though because I knew the place he's in. Every time I'm there, I see celebrities, and it's like I know that they go there not to be bothered. And normally,
why do you go there?
Because again, I'm hoping to catch one in the men's room for a photo. Yeah, I kind of regret not getting DiCaprio though. I'm like, you should have followed him
That's
out.
a big one. Yeah,
it's the biggest. Who's bigger than DiCaprio?
He's been in some shit.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So it's a big part you got in this?
Yeah.
Clyde Tolson was his fella.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's listed third on
Very cool,
IMDb
man.
for that
With
movie.
DiCaprio, who's second? Is Charlie second?
Yeah, but
I just had to respect
maybe
it.
that's-
we don't even
I
know
don't
if
even think
she's
she's
gonna be
doing
in.
it. Does that mean I get bumped up one?
Yeah, you're up.
Well, depends on what
You're
woman
right.
they put in there.
No, yeah.
Who's she playing? Who is that part for?
It was for Helen Gandy, his secretary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He never got married, did he? Like the Bachelor life.
Yeah, you know how it is with the guy.
Yeah, Bachelor.
Hey, just living alone, living the life,
Yeah,
right?
I heard he enjoyed some naughty parties.
Yeah, huh?
Some fresh parties.
Oh, really? What'd you hear? Oh, this is my research phase. Yeah, what'd you hear?
The same type of parties, allegedly, that David Ferry would go
David
to
Ferry.
back in the old days,
You're a handsome man, Mr. Garrison.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like that type of stuff. Yeah, really naughty parties.
Ooh, fantastic.
All right, I'm reading the one sheet, and Arrested Development. I love that show.
Yeah, that was fun. I got to work an episode on that.
What were you?
That was like my first ever job on TV, and I played. You guys ready for this? Student number 2.
All right.
Student number 2.
All right.
And you know what? I nailed it. Nailed the shit out of it.
You were a student.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Okay, so
the second.
And the other thing I see on your sheet here, your great grandfather was an oil tycoon.
Yeah.
Armand Hammer, you know that guy?
Armand Hammer?
Not the company.
You know
not the
Armand
company.
Hammer?
Okay. Yeah.
I know Armand Hammer.
As the oil tycoon?
That's huge.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be
Because
doing-
I was wondering, like, Armie Hammer. I'm like, there was another guy with a name that was like, it sounded like Armand Hammer.
Yeah.
And it was Armand Hammer.
You don't have to work.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Well,
This
no-
guy doesn't have to work.
Did you get some of that oil money?
If I wanted to go into business and go to business school and do all that stuff, I could have had an easy life. But instead, I turned my back on all that, and basically my parents were like, "You're going to be an actor."
Yeah.
Oh.
And that was it.
Really?
Yeah, I was kind of on my own for
Well, at least
a
you got
while.
some of that oil money
So
to fall back on.
They didn't support you at first?
That would have been nice. Yeah.
They didn't support
no,
you?
not really. I mean, they
No
were
kidding.
supportive. They were as supportive as parents could be who really hated
So
what
instead
their
of
child
having
was doing.
$100 million in the bank, you probably only have 10. That
Dude,
sucks.
He
sucks.
You're the member of the family that until a couple of months ago was the idiot and the mistake maker, and now you're like, oh, this guy's great. He's ours. Yeah, that's how it is.
Look at him. He's doing a movie with
No,
Clint
it was
Eastwood.
two things. I got cast a couple years ago to play Batman in a movie called Justice League that never ended up happening, and that was the moment that my dad was like, "Attaboy!" And then after that, I got cast to play Billy Graham in a really small, like, independent film that never really did anything. But that's when my mom was like, "I'm so proud of you." So I was like,
You've gone
"That's
out
cool."
of that oily business.
Yeah. It was once I proved that I wanted to be an actor, not so I could just like sit around and smoke pot and watch movies all day, but because this is what I'm passionate about and what I love. That's when my parents were like, "Okay, you know what? We don't get it, but you're now our novelty son who at party we can go, this is our good son Victor. He's a businessman, and this is our crazy ass son Army. He's an actor,
But it would have been business-wise. You wouldn't have been a roughneck or anything, right?
Well, actually, it's funny. When my dad started working for my great-grandfather, he started him out as a roughneck.
Really?
He was like, if you're going to work for me, you're starting at the bottom.
You got to
digging
know what the
ditches.
business is about before you can run it.
Yeah.
Well, so you think you would have had to been there losing some fingers on some of those pipes?
Yeah, probably.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck that. That's too much like real work.
Yeah, seriously.
And you got a brother that is a business guy.
Yeah, my brother Victor. He's very much like
family
the business
business.
dude. Yeah. Thank God for him.
But
or
you know
else
what?
my parents would be
Now,
really pissed.
at family functions, everybody wants to search you out. Look what happened to you.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
They don't want to talk about oil.
They
want
want
to talk about Hollywood.
Your family in big oil, man. Did you hate that?
Well,
Sorry, we use it.
Once my great-grandfather died, our involvement with, Occidental, which was the oil company, really just started
Occidental Petroleum.
Yeah, it started to
remember
just
that.
like peter out. I mean, like you said, the oil business, that's a crazy, crazy world to run in. So my dad
and it was
wanted to
kind
spend
of
time with his
really
family, so-
before it was completely run by the Arabs.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Occidental was a huge fucking
this shit,
petroleum
huh?
company,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, that was like the one.
Yeah.
And
I think it was like
how
one of the
hell-
largest producers in the
I don't know.
80s.
Yeah, huge. I don't know how you turn your back on that. What an idiot.
If this wouldn't have worked out for me, I would take that to the chin. Yeah.
If you were like on some stage in fucking Missouri, it would have been like,
doing dinner
God,
theater.
What are you doing?
Unfortunately,
wow, that's a set of balls, man. That's cool.
Unfortunately,
Worked
Armie
out.
Hammer's got to go. He's got to do TV. But there is one thing, and maybe you'll comment because people are talking about this. Superman.
I got
Short
nothing
list?
to comment on, unfortunately. I mean,
Short
I
list?
went in, I talked to the guys, and
There's rumors that he's on the short list to be Superman.
I see this S right under his button there. You can see
Yeah.
it. He's wearing this shit right now.
yeah.
No comment on
These are just
that?
my hoodie pajamas that I wear all the time. Yeah.
You think you got a good shot at it? You think you did well?
I mean, between you and me and, well, all your listeners, I don't really
They
think
don't
so.
listen, really.
Yeah.
You gotta look.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't know, man. I think I'm probably too young for what they need.
Really?
I think they need someone a little bit. I mean,
a little older.
Who wants to see like a mid-20s Superman? Everyone's gonna be like, "Who's this little whippersnapper?" You need
What is
like
this,
a Superman.
Was this Smallville?
Yeah, exactly. Even though I think Tom Welling's like 40 now.
Oh,
at this
I know.
Point.
It
Yeah.
ended up being like, okay, this show is Superman now.
Yeah,
What the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
happened?
Right.
Are you 6'5", really?
Yeah.
I'm really happy he doesn't want to bang my girlfriend. I'd be in trouble. I wouldn't be mad at her. I'd be like, all right.
So
just
would I.
call me
My
when you-
wife would beat the shit out of me.
Oh, you married?
There you
Okay,
go.
good.
All right, let's get him out of here.
He's got to
gotta
be
do
married
TV.
if he's going to take that next role.
Yeah,
Clint, you want
seriously.
you don't want those rumors going around?
Right.
Or, maybe you do, because there's nothing wrong with it.
Especially in Hollywood.
Yes.
Armie Hammer, man, this was really cool. The Social Network. He plays the twins. One guy playing the twins. It's a great movie. I saw it recently and loved it.
Yeah, best of luck.
Loved
We'll
it.
keep our eyes on your career and never see you again. It's going to be great.
I'm looking forward to it very much. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Armie Hammer.
man. Thanks for coming in.
Because he mentioned Clint Eastwood, I think we're going to replay the Jay Moore Clint Eastwood story. It's a classic. And when we get back, Amy Schumer. Stay there.
I have a quick anecdote for you, and then I'd like to go back to bed.
Okay, buddy.
When I was doing Hereafter with Clint, I thought of you guys when this happened. I've been meaning to talk to you for a while. When I did Hereafter with Eastwood with my big poofy hair, there's a scene where I go up like 3 flights of stairs, and this lady's supposed to hand me a letter from Matt Damon, who plays my brother, right? And the lady all she's supposed to do is open her door as I take my keys out, because it's an apartment building, and she's supposed to go, here, this is your brother. This is from your brother. And I'm supposed to take it, I open it, and I read it, and it's terrible news, and I just stare out into space, right? So I woke up 3 flights of stairs, I go down the hallway, and this lady, like, we're in San Francisco shooting this movie. This lady's like a local hire, and she's going to get her goddamn Oscar, right? She steps out of her apartment, closes her apartment door behind her, and goes, hey, Billy, yeah. you're, well, and she's like waving the fucking letter like she's Blanche Dubois, like it's too hot in the hallway for her. She goes, well, looks like your brother left you this. It's your mail. Here you go. You're welcome. And she hands it out to me, and I go to reach for it, and she pulls it back a little like to be a cunt. And then I reach for it more, and then finally I just snatch it out of her hand, and then I open it, and then she goes back in. And then without yelling cut, Clint Eastwood just goes, oh, hold on a second, everybody. And you hear him like going up 3 flights. He's fucking 80,000 years old. He goes up like 4 flights of stairs, and he just goes, sweetheart, honey, come on out here. And the lady comes out, he goes, I cannot express to you how little this movie is about you.
Holy shit. Wow.
He takes the letter out of my hand and hands it back to her. He goes, I mean, if I could have hired just your arm, Christ, I would have. He goes, now let's do it again, and let's not make a whole big thing out of it. It's just make believe, for Christ's sakes. God.
If I could have hired just your arm, I would have.
That is fucking funny.
It was like, to watch this lady like shrinky dink to like the size of a pea, and it's like dead, awkward, quiet, and it's like in an old apartment building. So you hear his like creepy fucking steps going down, like creak, 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 creak. Like it's fucking, you can hear fucking the wheels on the camera. Like you can hear nothing. You can't hear a goddamn thing. It's so cold and quiet, and like, holy shit, like I've never seen him saying, he doesn't talk, let alone come up and blast somebody.
That is a sound thrashing.
Do you think she was embarrassed?
That was not about her. Oh,
and then
fantastic.
you just hear, all you heard was him going down 3 flights. Like
creak, creak, creak.
Creak, creak, creak. And like, you can't look up, because if you look up, you're going to make eye contact with like a camera operator and burst into laughter. I mean, Christ, if I could hire just your arm, I would.
That's fucking fantastic.
Let's do it again. And like, he never said cut, so it's on film. Like, let's do it again. Let's not make a big deal out of it.
I'd love to see that.
We'll just play make believe.
Someone's got to get that out there. Jay, you said you're going back to bed, right?
Yeah, I missed you guys. I've been texting Ope back and forth, like, hey, I gotta call you guys for like 2 weeks. So then this time I had like intestinal fort. Oh, just tell him I had to call you. I'm the number one. I'm the number one star in the world. That's why the terrorists hate us. Hey, goodbye, gentlemen. Oh, okay.
All right. Take it easy, Jay.
Say more, everyone.
Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
Jim Norton, what's going on? I see you just handed all of us a advanced copy of your latest CD, your newest CD that's coming out soon.
It comes out, actually, I think March 5th, but I will be selling them in the Borgata. I had a bunch of copies made to sell. I want to premiere it at the Borgata this weekend. It's so new. Literally, the track titles don't even show up at the computer yet. It has to go in the database. And it's called Despicable. And it'll be out March 5th, but I will be selling it live. Please don't put it online. Let my friends out there. And you guys have been good about not doing that. Anyway, March 5th, I'm also going to be at the Wellmont Theater in Montclair, New Jersey. That usually sells out. Tickets go on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. at WellmontTheater.com, spelled the old British way, Theatre. So that's for March 5th.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. It's confusing.
Stop it. Just confuses people. And Amy Schumer in studio. It's been a while, Amy.
It has. I'm back.
Amy Schumer.
Uh-huh.
Giving a little breath of fresh air in this fart and BO smelling studio.
Yeah. I think Army was the breath of fresh air.
Yeah, he really was dishy. Would you bang him like if you weren't with...
He's not my type. Just kidding. My clit was beating like a heart. Are you serious? That guy's ridiculous.
He's handsome, right?
I need a new seat. Yes. That was horrible. That's not good for your self-esteem.
Hate those handsome gentlemen.
He knocked down the average in this room, didn't he?
Knocked it down from like what? From 1 to -8?
Oh, gosh.
6'5" dude.
The energy in here was different. You guys were all excited.
We were all
Schoolgirls.
smitten. We were smitten with
swooning
with the young gentleman.
Swooning homos. Look at the big, tall actor.
Yes.
His voice is so deep. I heard somebody say.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the next Superman. It's obvious.
Yeah?
Yes, come
You
on.
guys got that one?
Come on.
Hopefully he has better luck than the last two.
Oh, geez.
Oh, yeah. Why would you want that role?
Exactly.
I forgot about that. Doesn't work out for the Superman guys in the end.
Man.
And Amy's going to be taping a CD in, I think, Denver, right?
Yeah, Denver Comedy Works, the 20th and the 22nd of January.
That's an amazing room. I wish I'd draw
that
more
club.
people when I was out there. That's fucking one of the best comedy rooms in the country.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just, it's got a vibe. It's at the Cellar in New York.
Energy, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, been there for a long time. Low ceilings, I guess. Like, weird little things make a room better.
The more people feel like they're trapped and the bigger fire hazard,
get them
I think, seriously, right? Like, just like the Cellar, you're like, nobody would get out of here alive.
Oh, no, it would just be a complete inferno.
They want to pay
Yeah.
attention to the comic because he will make the announcement, run for your life.
Exactly. Exactly.
Who else will, right?
No.
And
Yes.
you're going to be in a movie, Amy?
Yeah, I've.
Amy actually had the balls to say, I got to leave early today, guys.
I can't. I was
We
humiliated
say when
to
you
have to
leave.
I know.
We say when
shit.
you leave.
I know.
That's all. We're over.
It's over with
again,
Amy now,
with
too.
Amy.
Fuck.
Yeah. Amy's getting to the point where it's just going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember her. She's
No.
in that new movie now.
Yeah, right. I just wait outside the studio for you guys to say someone canceled and roll myself in here.
All right, bring Amy in.
Like
Fuck
somebody
it.
important didn't show up. I'm like, guys, I just happen to be here.
Hey, have you met Parker Posey?
Not yet. I'm meeting her today. I've got a rehearsal.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Rehearsal.
Who do you play? Like, you have a big role in this?
Yeah, I have a good part in it. Yeah, my character's name is Lila, and I sort of become her like puppet.
Are you
So-
allowed to give us a line or two?
I don't know.
A line or
I don't
two?
know. I
Why
don't know.
not,
You
man?
guys would know better than I would. But
Yeah, you're
maybe not. Nobody trusts you. No one trusts you.
me? Why?
No way.
Have you been rehearsing a lot?
This is my first rehearsal, so I have to
No,
leave
but I mean
early.
to yourself, though. Like, have you been,
Yeah.
you off book, as they say?
I found out yesterday I had to be off book, so yes, I am.
Oh, shit.
Give us one line.
Someone asks me a question, then I say, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Was that
that's
good?
great.
I feel like
that's
I was
pretty good.
Are you
like,
playing our
indicating.
producer?
Is that Mayor Menino? Hold on.
Oh, what?
So what do you think is going to happen with the airport? You think nothing is going to get off? We heard that there is one
We'll explain this
runway
to Thomas
open,
Menino.
but do you think anyone will be taking off today whatsoever?
Right to it.
I doubt it very much because we don't have the, as I understand it, the planes available at the Logan presently. They didn't come in from other airports, and so because there were, I know friends of mine who were in Atlanta, they can't get back to Boston until Friday, and some of my friends who are going to Florida can't leave Boston until Friday also.
Maybe
so there's
you should drive
real
back
delay
from
in
there.
having equipment available at the airport.
Mayor, how far in advance does your city ramp up for an event like this?
Well, we started on we had a first meeting on Sunday afternoon in my office.
Get a dialect coach.
But it's always
Oh,
on
it's
our
horrible.
agenda about snow because snow is a tough issue to deal with. As when you're mayor of Boston, people expect you to
Boston.
plow those streets and make sure they're passable, and that's why we take it very seriously in the city of Boston, and we continue to work hard at making sure that all our streets are passable and get we got the governor working with us on the issue, and everybody's working together.
All right, Mayor.
Clarence Williams III. It's on fucking. It's great. Hey, Link.
Don King.
We have to explain to Amy Schumer. Amy,
Yes.
the mayor of Boston is a mumbling ass.
Okay.
He wasn't that bad there, to be completely honest with you. But he did his State of the City yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to play a couple of the highlights.
Oh, great.
It's worth playing.
He's known for his bumbling and fumbling over words because his tongue is so huge for his mouth.
This guy sounds awesome.
He's just fantastic. He actually had us thrown out of Boston when we were doing radio up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
Little
Opie
misunderstanding.
thought it was
Oh, no.
a good
misunderstanding.
idea to say that he was dead.
Well, that's a
I
great
thought it was
idea.
I thought
Thank
it was
you.
a great
What would the
idea to
problem
go
with
along
that
with
be?
it.
You want to do radio? Let's do radio together. I need someone that understands my ideas.
I went
great
right along with it.
Because I woke you up.
Oh, wow. That is
He's so
great.
bad that we have like a best of disc of him fucking up everything.
Nice.
Oh, wonderful.
But we have the latest stuff. He did the State of the City yesterday. They're quick clips, so we're going to run through this.
State of the City with Mayor Menino.
Yeah, this is the first thing here. Oh boy, if this works.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Oh, no. I don't think that went.
Who put this together?
Who put the disc? Please. Oh, hold on. Please, God, let it have been Iraq.
The disc works.
Oh,
the God Mike.
Don't make a fucking maniac out of me. The disc works. The disc works.
Played fine in the back office.
Ah.
All right.
Ow. What the fuck was that?
Was that what you wanted?
Like a data disc to me, buddy.
That's
Oh,
a data
it's a
disc,
data
right?
disc.
Yeah.
No.
What? Look, come in here.
I love the
E-Rock.
confidence.
He's
I
like,
can tell you,
no.
And I can tell you this much.
Yes, yes.
Track 1 on the disc says
It's called static.
It says 6 seconds. When you cue it up in the CD player there, it says 31 seconds.
Oh shit.
E-Rock, you know Amy?
If that was audio,
Hey, E-Rock.
What happened?
What
He looks nervous. Is it me?
Oh no, he's fucking very nervous.
He's going crazy.
Oh my God, he's running.
Oh my God, he's running.
He's
down the hall.
running.
Amy, you gotta see
and
this. You ever
there
see a
goes
fat
the
guy run
cowboy.
before?
The cowboy and the Cowboys roped him, head him, and heeled him
does. It looks
in
like he's
under
riding
12
on
seconds.
something.
Fantastic,
I
fantastic.
had the big setup for the mayor audio, and we don't have the mayor audio. Now we just sit here feeling stupid.
And E-Rock didn't even question it. He was like, "No,
it's right.
No, it's right."
He jumped in. It works.
It
he
works.
lied and said that he had tried the disc.
I tried it in the back. Oh, you did? It's a data. It's a data disc.
I believed him.
You think he's lying?
didn't he? He was very convincing.
Like he
Well,
believed it himself.
Amy, we need some filler. What else is
It's
going
almost
on?
like when he says he's on a diet.
You're like-
yeah, you almost want to believe him, but then you look at him and go, "No,
Yeah, you're
there's
like,
no
who are
way
you
in hell."
convincing right now?
Yeah.
So, Amy, you're going to do this rehearsal today. Where you guys just going to sit in the room and read together, or are you actually going to go out? And, I never did a big movie where I had a big part.
Ooh.
Yeah, just meeting at a studio downtown and going over.
What other movies have you done before?
This is my first movie.
No way.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
done some
boy.
TV, but this is.
You got to be really
And
nervous.
this is like.
I am nervous.
You don't want me to point that out, do
No,
you?
yeah, no.
Who's directing this?
His name's Michael Walker.
He's
Michael
hard to
Walker?
work for it, too.
Oh, really?
Don't say
Yeah, we've heard
that.
bad
I
things
hear it.
about him.
You know what it is? It's not everybody. It's like when he works with comics, he's like he doesn't respect them as
come
actors.
on. I'm going to go in. I'm going to do the thing where I'm really overconfident, like a total cunt.
Oh, is that it?
You know, to compensate not knowing what I'm doing.
And you know,
Oh, that'll be good. Like be all like fucking cunty.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh,
I'm going to walk
shit.
in, pretend like I'm drunk, and be like, this
Yeah.
is my movie now.
that's smart because Parker Posey is just going to go through the motions. She's
Oh,
done
right.
this a million
yeah.
fucking times.
God
You think
damn
she's
it.
nervous or no? She's like, oh, it's today? Oh, okay.
She doesn't even know it's
I'm gonna
today.
show up. I'm going to
Someone's
be
got to
rehearsing
call
with
her.
a cucumber.
She's going to call an hour. Someone's got to call her an hour before. Tell her to get down there.
You're right. I'm gonna go to dental school. Forget this business. It's too much pressure.
Dental
I can't take
school.
No, I think you'll be fine.
it. Yeah. Oh man.
She's terrific, too. She's like a really... You ever see The House of Yes?
Yes.
It's very good.
She's so good. She's one of my favorite actresses for sure.
Boss always talks
you
about that
want
movie because
this?
he thinks it makes him smart.
Oh, I know. Parker Posey
no.
should be bigger than she is. Remember when he said that? And then we
God.
pointed out all the movies she's been in. It's like, how much bigger do you want this girl to
Right.
be?
She's doing okay.
What happened, D-Rock?
E-Rock, what
E-Rock,
happened?
what happened?
E-Rock.
You insisted that the disc was right.
There was powdered sugar on it.
What happened?
See, from a donut, get it? What happened?
I don't know.
You said you tested it.
I love when you explain your jokes.
I gotta explain my joke.
Went as a data.
Wait, we're going to... Wait, it played perfectly
But
in the
you
audience.
said that it was. You went, no, it's fine.
So, Danny, are you testing it in this computer?
I got over here.
Why were you so confident?
I'll go test it. Yeah, we'll have a definitive answer in 2 seconds.
Now, did you really test it the best?
Yes, I did.
And it played fine?
No, it
fine.
didn't.
What happened in
It
here?
couldn't have.
It played fine in the Windows Media Player. Went through the track.
Windows Media Player, but that plays data.
Didn't realize.
Oh, I didn't
It seemed like an audio
realize.
disc, and I ran it.
Well, why don't we write it didn't realize up here on the blackboard for everyone to see?
Didn't expect everything to go perfect. So
No.
How about one thing?
Yeah, we just want to bat 500.
Yeah,
would
we
be
just want
nice.
one thing to go mediocre.
Right,
What a
exactly.
warm, forgiving environment.
Exactly.
500, have him step on the scale.
Exactly. I hope he gets cancer by the time he gets to the back. Fucking giant goiter on his neck. Incompetent blundering.
Blundering buffoon.
What a dunderhead.
There was buffoonery going on in there.
How great,
Exactly.
how great would goiter cancer be? That'd be the best ever.
Just a giant...
Is that even possible?
One of those fleshy
I
lumps
sure
people
hope
get
so.
that hang out of their neck like a fucking wiffle ball. Like, you know that's there, sir? Fix it.
Do something now.
Yeah.
Here's Mayor Menino, the state of the city, did this last night. It's terrific. Listen to this, Amy.
All right.
We gather in this cradle of liberty and thank our armed forces for protecting our freedoms.
Protecting our
He sounds
freedoms.
deaf.
Protecting
Yes,
our
he does.
freedoms.
Maybe he's deaf.
Thanking our armed forces. He's got that really bad Boston accent.
Right.
Begin with, and then he can't pronounce
Our
that.
armed forces.
It's like he can't hear it back.
He
Yeah,
said protecting our
Protecting
freedoms.
our freedoms. You know, you want our freedoms
All right,
to be
here's-
protected.
Here's the next one, Mayor Menino.
We come together to take stock Where we stand is a plan for the days ahead. Even with the challenges behind us, the big ones that remain to tackle, I am relentlessly optimistic about 2011.
I am relentless optimistic.
I'm upbeat about our prospects, confident in our neighborhoods, energized for the coming days.
Energized.
He's missing words.
He really is leaving them out.
It sounds like in high school when you're like, let's get the Down syndrome kid to run for president.
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
has to make a speech.
Right.
Not that we did that, but we did that 2 years
I
in a
never
row.
realized.
Yeah. Yeah, he almost won. He would have won. The school was like, he can't win.
I never realized Menino
Can't tie
was
his
so
shoes.
far ahead of his time because he's speaking in Twitter.
Yeah.
It's as many characters as you could use.
140 characters.
in
He knows.
Twitter. So
He
he's
said
a genius.
He throws a picture in.
How did he say neighborhoods or he said neighborhoods?
Neighborhoods.
Wait, I want to hear that.
Neighborhoods.
Let me do this.
2011. I'm upbeat about our prospects, confident in our neighborhoods, energized for the coming days.
Neighborhoods.
Neighborhoods.
I love that.
Ah.
I remember being in the neighborhoods once. I went camping.
I love that he needs
in
an
the
interpreter.
neighborhoods. What
Want
an
more of this?
ass.
You want more of this?
Please.
I'm enjoying it.
Keep them going. Love Mayor Menino.
Oh, boy, this is a doozy.
We trained 2,200 more teachers to teach English learners. We launched our internet.
English learners. What?
One of them couldn't work with you?
I know,
Just
right?
get one.
He's talking about English.
Oh,
But
man.
he said he checked it in the day. He said he
English,
checked it.
do you speak it?
What's happening now?
Sam
is the
Sam
worst.
is an
Sam, you got to the bottom of the
instigating
Iraq
little cunt
nagling?
rag.
No, it's not that I wanted to make sure we didn't have messed up equipment.
Equipment issues, right?
Yeah, of course. That's smart on your part, Sam.
Oh,
So you got to the bottom of this.
Yeah, because
What do you know?
Well, it's not. It was
That was his motivation, by the way.
Yeah.
Not hanging Eric out to dry.
and thank God it was indeed operator error,
Oh,
not
right.
equipment error on the fault
Yes,
of
yes.
Did he naggle it?
He nagled the shit out of that disc.
That disc was not checked.
No.
No, it was a data disc. It was MP3.
Let's go back to E-Rock.
E-Rock?
Why would you say it was
Why would you
checked
lie?
when it wasn't checked?
It was because when I burned it and I put it back in the system, it popped up on the
But
media
he,
player.
that's not
and
checked.
he
it's
put it
all
through
my
a media
tracks
player, he
playing.
said, which plays data discs.
Right, and it says .mp3 at the end of everything.
Right. It would say .mp3, so you didn't look at that?
So he didn't even
Eric?
see that much?
It didn't say that. It just said 0, 1,
yeah, I mean-
2, 3, 4.
It says .ngl,
he's saying
which is
it
a
did-
Nagel file.
Hold on. Sam, he's saying it did not say that.
Well, I mean, it obviously did. And also, generally speaking, the way you would check to see if a CD works in a CD player would be to throw it in a
CD player?
You got it, Ant.
Oh, this is good. This is a
I
fun
knew
game
I'd get
show.
that. It really is. It's like you got to guess.
Leave Eric alone. We've only been doing this for like 6 years. Eric's new. Relax. Give him some time. He'll figure it out.
E-Rock, comment? E-Rock?
No comment.
There's steam coming out of his ears in there.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, there's fork too. Sorry, Rock. I didn't mean that. That was a cheap shot.
So cold-blooded.
But E-Rock, what about, like, he's basically saying that you didn't check it, that you were just saying that you did.
Yeah.
No, I did check it. I did not.
How come it didn't say MP3 after it like it would on every single computer in the country?
It didn't. It said track 1, 2, 3, 4 going
Sam,
down.
now if you put that in there now, where is it? Where is that disc now?
It's in the office.
Can you put it in and see if it shows MP3?
Well, I just did. Yeah, that's how I knew
And
it
it
was
shows
MP3.
MP3. So why didn't it show it
Also,
5 minutes ago when he put it in?
When you flip the disc over, you know how you can see what's been burned on the disc?
Yeah.
It's far too short to be 9 tracks of audio.
E-Rock, are you familiar with the length of tracks?
dun.
What it looks like on the back of a DVD when it's been, or a CD when it's been burned?
Yes.
And did you think that it looked a little short?
No, I didn't.
No.
They're
Welcome
short
to the
clips.
most boring episode of Law and Order ever.
You know, I got to go with E-Rock on this one, Ant.
It's Law and Order me a giant sandwich.
Drive through an order.
Drive through an order.
It's law and mess up the order or something.
Oh,
Sam, I think E-Rock's got you on this one. I really do.
Based on what?
I heard what E-Rock had to say.
He burned it.
He fucking blew it.
He made a good argument there.
He
It's
made no
Law and
argument
Order. What are the
whatsoever.
specials unit?
Now, guys, he's on the South Beach tonight. Let's not forget.
He's on the side.
That's not what this is about anyway. That's unfair.
No, it is. You're right.
It's
You're
not
right.
cool.
You're right, Sam.
So, Sam, he fucked up?
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm trying to get at is the
Operator
equipment
error.
works.
Yeah. Operator
You're focusing on the positive. The equipment works.
Is what I was in here to say.
You never want to hear operator error.
No.
How's the diet there, E-Rock? South Beach doing you well?
It's going.
You look svelte.
Wait, what is
Svelte means?
I mean fat.
But what?
Oh,
what
it's
is
going?
What is? Yeah, it's going. Mean.
It sucks. There's a lot of shit that you can't have. I can't have a lot of carbs right now, so that's really a tough time.
What have you wanted that you haven't been able to treat yourself
Carbs?
to?
Not having carbs is a tough time.
Yeah, it is.
No,
'cause everything
fucking-
comes on bread, so when you can't have bread all the time.
Right,
I have a little bit of bread.
Some starving African about how tough it would be to not have carbs.
Yeah, just like Anthony
Sure.
goes out the
Sam?
streets and talks to all those starving Africans.
All the time. It's like I say, get out of my way, and then I drop the N-bomb.
Yeah, delivery drivers.
Go some carbs.
Exactly.
What have you wanted to have, sweetie, that you haven't been able to have?
Roland just yells food. No, bread's hard.
You know what Eric's weaknesses are.
And soda.
Sandwiches.
He loves his sandwiches. He loves his
Bread.
sandwiches.
Cereal too?
Yeah.
Yeah, not too big on the cereal, no.
You like
Are you
French-
drinking
French
water
toast?
at least?
Yeah.
Waffles.
Water and iced tea. I'm really...
Stop with the iced tea.
And iced tea, he says.
Oh my
Iced tea
God.
dries your mouth out. It's gross.
Meaning there's water in the iced tea.
Yes, he pours powder in his
Yeah.
water.
Iced tea stinks.
When you drink water, do you watch for the crocodiles? See, he's like a water buffalo.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
The explanations are the best.
I was actually going to just add another thing to the crocodiles because, but I said,
It
fuck
worked.
it. I'm like, fuck it.
All right,
This is big, burly beast of burden.
Let's get back to Mayor Menino. More audio of Mayor Menino in the state of the city. Oh no, we're going to play that English clip again.
We trained 2,200 more teachers to teach English learners. We launched our international baccalaureate program.
What?
And the results are paying off.
Not with you.
What was that
Baccalaureate?
What was that?
Ring
what word was
Levio?
that supposed to be?
I don't know what he said.
Paying off.
Pay off. English learners. He's an idiot.
Oh boy, listen to this one.
I also said last year, we can turn our South Boston waterfront to a job-create innovation district.
What?
Startups increasingly call the innovation district home. I said that our waterfront should not turn into anywhere USA. Instead, through creative and some insistence,
Well, that's
it's
a tough
becoming
word.
a model
That's a tough
for
word.
the
That's
country
not his fault.
of how to rebuild the economy around new and growing industries.
He's the
Holy
mayor.
fuck, he's been
of
the mayor
Boston.
forever, too. He's been the mayor forever.
He says ours like an Indian person.
Ah!
Glowing.
He's a buffoon.
He really is a fucking boob.
All right, we'll move on with. This one's terrific too. They're all good.
In Boston this year, we continue to see unending displays of hard work and uncommon acts of devotion. As just one example, when the earthquake struck Haiti 1 year ago tomorrow, Boston rallied around our Haitian friends to help them recover. And we stand with them still.
Another earthquake.
We've made great strides amidst deep challenges.
All right, so what,
What did he do?
So what happened there? He's flailing his arms, I guess.
rallying
Oh, and he
around
smacked the
Haitians.
mic.
He knocks over his mic and has to go pick it up.
Haitian friend. Oh, really? He knocked it right over?
It's amazing. This is the mayor of a fucking huge city.
By the way, they were talking about how billions were given to the Haitians, and a year later,
Not much has been done.
Less than 5% of the rubble has been removed,
Yeah.
and most of the population is still living in tents, and no one has any accountability of where this
It's
money
just
went.
a shitty country. There's no government that does
Corrupt.
anything. It's
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
And all the do-gooders
Plow
have
it
moved
over.
on to the next thing.
Well, because again, they don't
even
want us
care.
there. We go in there and they accuse us of occupying. It's like
Yeah.
you can't fucking win. Scumbags like Chavez say that the U.S. is occupying Haiti. That fuck.
Yeah, have fun. Rebuild your own fucking country then. I don't give a shit.
They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
They'll figure it out
What
eventually.
goes around comes around, you know.
135 to Haiti.
Yeah.
Pound sign for what?
Did you text it?
No! Why would I text that? God.
Haiti.
Haiti.
Did I tell you what
Haiti.
fucking happened to me on the fucking plane?
Yes.
Did you crash?
Dude.
What happened, man?
I'm sitting there, and a guy who's walking into coach made eye contact.
Whoa. Whoa.
What a fucking asshole.
Oh, my God.
I actually took out my ticket. I'm like, do you see how much this costs?
Yeah.
And I just thumbed towards the back, and he understood.
Scram.
That is.
Amy
That's
understands this.
scram.
I have no color if Jim, even if he has eyes or has what color. I have
No,
idea.
you don't look at him.
I don't
just
look
hope
at any of him.
all planes should be boarded. When you walk on, you should go to the left to go to first or the right to coach.
I like when they do board like that, and I enjoy that. I don't like when the riffraff has to walk through. But one thing I do enjoy, though, this is kind of a little perk about first class. You board first. I get, and immediately I'm like, Bloody Mary, please, Bloody Mary.
You
and
snap your fingers.
I snap my fingers. I'm like, Bloody Mary, and some sexy stew comes over and gives me a Bloody Mary. And I'll sit back in the chair, reading a magazine, and then they start letting the riffraff on. And I'll just glance slightly, every so often, every fifth scum or so, I'll glance up like, yeah, the seat is this big. Yeah, I am having a cocktail. Yeah, I am reading a nice magazine.
This is what you hear if you're walking towards the bash. I want you to say this. Say, hey, a big fan.
Okay, I'm walking through.
Excuse me, Mr. Norton. I'm a huge fan. Oh, sorry.
Ruffle your magazine.
I ruffle my paper and hold it up higher.
And don't make eye contact. Yes. And then they just move on.
He must be rich.
Wow.
Can I, excuse me, can I, or if I just catch somebody looking, like if I'm just there and I catch those peepers, I just...
Don't you love the people that have the shit small seat tickets, yet they look at the numbers of the first class seats like, oh, maybe I got lucky and my shitty ticket gets me a grand seat.
Yeah, maybe 27 is this close to the front.
Right.
27.
Huh.
Maybe it goes backwards.
Yeah, there it is.
32.
It's seat 27.
Oh, man.
I'd hate to be in seat 1 way back there. Oh, the scum. Oh, enough. I like the fact that during a crash, that front capsule pops off and glides slowly down to earth as the rest plummets in flames.
Implodes.
Oh, it's fantastic.
There's a parachute in the front of the plane.
Yes, we all know about that piece.
All right,
Love
let's get back to Mayor Menino. State of the city last night. Wonderful, brand new fuck-ups from this asshole.
Across so many fronts, the state of our city is exceptionally strong and resilient. However, there remains exceptions to that great strength. Now, some of us experience more opportunity and more prosperity. Some in our city will endure more hardship.
Summeracity?
As many of us look forward with great hope, some in our city will wonder where to find it.
Summeracity?
Are you allowed to just create words?
He's making this up.
All I know is I want some of those prosperries.
Summeracity? What was he saying when he said summer?
Let's go back.
Is it actually some in our city?
I guess.
Summer our city?
You're like the interpreter.
I try, yeah. Wow.
Will endure more hardship. As many of us look forward with great hope, some in our city will wonder where to find it.
Summer our city?
Summer our city.
This is like the King's Speech, but only with a retard.
I bet you he doesn't go see that movie, huh?
No. I don't get this movie. It's not funny at all.
He speaks perfectly well.
Yeah, well, he sounds like a charm. He speaks like a charm.
Almost done with the clips. One more from Menino here.
So as we move out of this recession, job one, making sure that Bostonians who still don't have work can find it. Jobs are the greatest equalizer. Jobs are the path to family success and opportunity.
Jobs are the path. The path.
That's not even the Boston accent.
No.
That is just...
Jobs are the path. That guy's a dolt.
You want a bonus clip?
Please.
Yeah.
And also make sure educational opportunities is shared across the city. We'll continue to our aggressive educational reform efforts. Turning around underperforming schools is the best way to provide great schools in every neighborhood.
Great schools, every
He
neighborhood.
just leaves out words whenever he
He
wants.
just leaves them in. He pluralizes words that don't need them.
Great schools,
This
every neighborhood.
guy has been a dummy for years. They keep electing him.
I got Dan. Dan, what's up?
Hey, have you noticed that Menino's voice sounds like Frosty the Snowman from the old Rankin Bass Kids cartoon? Listen to
Really?
it.
I got to go back.
Dan
and
the
listen to that.
Man.
Dan the Man's got one.
I hate anyone called Dan the Man.
Of course you do.
And then we got here's the post address. I think this might be the news now.
So, Mayor, with everything you've been through physically, this is your last term, right?
Of course not. I told you earlier, 10 more years.
10 more years. Okay, that would mean Menino would be bowing out in 2021 after his 7th four-year term. A mind-boggling tenure if he's serious, and who's to say he isn't? Many Bostonians have never known another mayor, and it may be many more years before they get that chance.
Who the fuck is this snidely guy talking? What a horrible
This is what he said for mayor.
Never get a chance.
Hello, la la la. The mayor. Hello.
They're fucking horrible reporters.
And how is that possible in this country to be a mayor for 28 years?
No,
What kind of a role model is that for kids?
I know.
You
Just
know?
you don't
wanna
have
grow
to
up and be mayor? No, I want to speak correctly.
Yeah, you don't have to be the mayor of
I wanna speak
Boston.
English.
They'll keep electing you.
You I got to give Amy the Hall of Fame clips.
Which ones are those? Some from Blast from the Past.
There's a million of them.
Fantastic. Love those.
Or have we done it? We could.
Yeah, give us a couple of some of the good ones. In neighborhoods is.
Let's not use harsh rhetoric, though.
Yes, because somebody might do something bad.
That's why maybe invite all of you here tonight, so that here in this theater, we could talk about our commitment to the spirit of Boston, to the spirit of community. So we could talk about taking on the toughest challenges of urban life.
Like speaking.
And how we will solve them together.
Is there urban life in Boston?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not really, yeah.
Boston.
You just added a PH in there.
Well, if you can't say the city that you're serving, I don't think you should be the mayor.
This is disc number 2. Where's disc number 1?
Iraq ate it.
Did he eat it, Iraq? Where's disc number 1?
See, that's another just low
well, that's
blow.
the one we wanted to play for Amy. Don't
That's
worry
a
about
low
it.
blow.
We'll move on.
Sorry.
No, disc number 2 isn't as good as.
Well,
disc number
apologize.
That's fine.
How many rounds?
Iraq.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
How many pounds of Iraq? How many pounds?
Oh, come on.
Sorry, Iraq. How many rounds of auditions before you gave it? 1 or did you have to go
2?
Did you have to read with Hurdle?
No.
Oh, yeah, you already said you hadn't made her.
Oh boy, nerve wracking.
Oh, come on.
It's a little nerve wracking.
I don't know. I'll be okay. I feel okay about it.
What scenes do you?
Wasn't convincing myself.
You're a little nervous, right?
It sounds like me talking myself into anal. Just relax. Be yourself. It'll be great. That, by the way, I did want to remember to talk about today.
Anal?
Yeah, anal. Well, the guy I've been seeing, like, the sex has been very vanilla, which I appreciate. Like, just because the last guy I dated, I had to, like, wear like a top hat and cane.
A lot
like,
of action.
Yeah, like speak Filipino. It was like,
Yeah.
he needed a lot. So this guy literally hasn't even like acknowledged that I have an asshole, which is great because
Wow.
who needs the extra maintenance, you know?
Wow.
No, it's been great. He's like very conservative. Like if I send him a naughty photo, he'll write like thanks, like I sent him a fax. Like I gave him directions. It's just been very.
Thank you. Received.
Yes, exactly.
It's like just confirming.
Yeah, and I think it's-
confirmation number.
Right, totally. So cold, but it doesn't stop me from sending them. It's more for me.
Well, why not?
But so then the other night we were at dinner, and he hasn't said anything like this before, but he was like, "I want to talk about ass play." And I was
wow.
like, great. Is that an off-Broadway show? Like, let's go. We'll
See that on a
it.
playbill.
Right. And then I'm like, oh no, I realized. And I was like, oh, and he hadn't thought it through at all, clearly, because I was like, you or me? And he was like, oh. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
So right there, I'm like, okay, but that night, I'm like, I'm going to call him on his bluff. This is all totally true. I'm like, so here we're making out. And I'm like, hey, where's all that ass play you mentioned?
Oh.
And like terrified, he was like, tonight? Yeah, so I'm like, yeah. What do you mean? I'm like,
Is it a
let's
mission like D-Day?
Exactly.
It's got-
And he goes, did you shower? And I said, I'm not going to answer that because I'm not a homeless woman.
Yeah.
Right, like I was just going to be like, you're risk, bro.
Assume you're clean.
Yeah, please, right? I'm not like a schizophrenic wandering the streets. It's like, who's going to wash me?
Dirty ass.
So he just, this is what he does, okay? Like the mic, okay, this is my asshole, this is his finger. He just goes. Like he was checking it for a pulse.
Like test 1 2.
Right.
Like tapping it.
Like a groundhog was going to pop out. He was going to he's starting to not be. He just hasn't done that stuff before.
Maybe it was
by the way, that was very funny. I just quoted what she said about a groundhog popping out. Groundhog and doing what?
Like having to whack-a-mole it or something, you know?
I talked over that and realized how funny that was.
No, but I'm just like, what is he expecting? But no.
Did he go for the smell? After he tapped
nothing.
Did he pretend to cough after he tapped it with it?
Kind of like he was wiping his nose. No, and then, you know, like, I was just wondering, do you guys think that was like, do you think he was interested in getting involved with me, or does he want me to lick his ass? Like, what's happening here?
Maybe both.
Why would he tap it like that, though?
I knew he hadn't done his research. He like some Real Sex must have re-aired, and he was like, oh, right, the asshole with the highlighter and a pen.
Now, since he was so vanilla and everything, did you kind of bring something up before he brought up any ass? Like, did you hint at all to where he's like, oh, shit, I'm going to have to... Like, did you force him into
Not at
mentioning
all.
it?
I mean, he knows that I'm, like, down for whatever, you know?
Right.
He knows that So it's sort of like I'm being wasted, you know? If you're dating me and we're not doing anything.
There's a whole half of you he's not using.
Exactly. There's a whole other hole he hasn't even been invested in.
So he's never just put his face in it? I can't, like, my girlfriend...
Since then he has, but...
I ate my girlfriend's ass before we did anything else.
Before I say
sexual.
good morning.
You have to.
No, I did. I mean,
you got to look like a cartoon character eating a watermelon. Yeah, just put your face right in there.
Yeah. And you're also doing this.
Spitting out little brown things.
Little pits.
Since then, that's what's been going on.
Oh, good.
But it's, you know, it took like a year.
Did you
and a
lick
half.
his back?
No.
Why not?
It's gonna happen. I'm not afraid.
Get in there.
Before.
Look, I'm not afraid.
It's like the rain. Rookie. It happens.
But he's getting in there. Is he doing a good job?
I mean, there's no good job. My clit's in a whole different hole, but it's nice. It feels like a warm bath. You're like, oh, this is how they clean their young in some tribes. I don't mind it at all. I don't know anyone who would be like, I hate that. Like, why? It feels
Some
nice.
people pretend to hate their ass.
It's like a washcloth.
All right.
Like a warm, soft velour washcloth.
You swab the asshole out with your tongue.
Yeah.
Swab?
You swab it out.
Oh, God. Little tongue bath. Pretend like you're a baby.
You get in there,
cub.
Jimmy?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Jimmy gets in there, man.
You got it. You really do. Get in there.
Get right in there.
I never asked my girlfriend if she showered.
Isn't that's like
I
just
literally
a
don't
rookie
care
move.
if she hasn't showered in 2 days. I'm
Yeah, it
fucking
doesn't
right
matter.
in there.
Hers it.
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
There's nothing better than and even for yourself, like going to the urinal and pulling out your dick, taking a piss, and taking a whiff, and from a couple of feet away, you're like, yeah, I haven't showered in a couple of days. There's sex on that dick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you're just like kind of zip up, little memories.
You like
feel like a man.
You like keeping the
it's
memories
wonderful.
close?
Yeah, it's like a photo album for your nose.
Yeah, there's a clot on the tip I just can't shake off.
Amy, we're going to break. You're going to be back when we're back, or you got to go?
No. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay, we'll do a little more with Amy Schumer. AmySchumer.com.
Oh, yeah, I'm in Orlando this weekend at the Orlando Improv.
Very cool.
It's a good gig.
And let's not forget about the CD taping. Why don't we
Yes,
promote
Denver.
that?
Denver Comedy Works, January
all over
20th
the
to the
place.
22nd. I'm trying.
20th to the
Denver?
22nd.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'll be in Austin then.
Oh, what?
Austin, Texas.
Look at Jimmy. Love how he slides those in there.
But Denver and
What a
Austin,
coincidence. You'll be in Denver.
they're far enough apart.
That's so funny.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM. Follow the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter. Opie. Twitter.com/Opie Radio. Anthony. Twitter.com/Anthony Cumia. And little Jimmy Norton. Twitter.com/Jim Norton.
Hanging with Amy Schumer today. She's got a lot going on. She's going to be on the upcoming season of Curb Your Enthusiasm. You talked about that last time you were here.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I feel like this is it, and I'm going to start to really plateau.
Yeah. You're taking off.
Physically, for sure. Physically, for sure.
You're plateauing.
That's it.
And more importantly, she just showed us a picture of her naked. That's going to be in what magazine?
Cosmopolitan.
In March.
Cosmo.
Jesus, what a...
I got 4 pages. I wrote an article for them.
You wrote an article
and got naked.
Now, did they approach you and say, hey, we'd like you to take your clothes off and we'll take some pictures?
No.
Or did you say, hey, would you like me to take my clothes off?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I said, how about naked? And they went, okay.
They went with it.
Yeah, you know they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Amy wrote the article. It was called "How Jim Norton Attempted to Rape Me on the Road."
Attempted, huh?
It's attempt if they don't reach climax, right? That's what the judge said.
But that's great. Cosmo's fucking massive, man.
Yeah, you saw the picture, right, Jimmy?
It was weird because it was in the cellar, and Amy and I were talking. I was driving her home one night. And she's like, I have it on my phone.
He took the duct tape off, and he said, do you have any projects going on?
Yeah, and I'm like, what's on your phone? And she was showing me, but I felt like I didn't want to look at it. I looked at it. It was a great shot, but I felt like creep. I didn't want to think I was being creepy looking at her picture in the...
Why? We just did.
I know that, but
we were quite
together on the
creepy doing
road.
it.
It's different. We're friends.
Would you ever do a set naked?
Yeah.
No. Are you just saying yes?
No, I would. I would right now. Like, I'm not 30 yet, but I feel like, my stock's about to plummet. But my boobs are still where they're supposed to be, and my vagina's a normal size.
You would have no problem getting naked in front of a crowd and trying to do your act?
Like... I don't know what situation would ask for that.
I know, I understand.
But I'm
Let's say
really...
it's a Source Awards party.
Oh, well, then, yeah. Oh, man, I was trying to get naked in front of Army. I was trying to get pregnant, have him knock me up so I could have some oil money.
No. Would he be hard not to bang, like if you were single?
I'm not single, and he would be hard not to bang. All he would have had to do is cough in my direction, and I'd be like, yes, Mr. Hammer? Yeah.
Who was at the cellar when you got naked?
Just the photographer. My mom was there. She was making sure nobody came down to use the bathroom.
That's really?
Yeah, it's like they were making beer deliveries, and I was like, here are my nipples. But yeah, it was just like the people on the shoot.
How much more are the other pictures more graphic than that one? A little more?
Yeah, some of them you see a little more than others.
Oh.
I don't know which one they're going to use. I'm not sure.
Oh. And what issue is this going to be?
March. The March issue, but it comes out in February.
Yeah, yes. I love how magazines work.
Stupid.
It's like the February issue, and it comes out.
But at least that's only a month behind. Playboy is already doing September 2011.
Oh, right. Get out of here.
I love that.
Pretty much.
The Christmas thing comes out in July. You're like, wow.
They're way ahead. We want to see more naked pictures.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Or you could just get naked now in front of everybody. And
this lighting is unforgiving. Right, let's do
under
that.
Fluorescent lights and shit.
This is the worst lighting in
have you thought about a bunch of guys maybe jacking off to your picture and what that?
I hadn't thought about that, but that sounds
think
great.
About it. It's
that sounds great.
That's not a bad problem.
Guys,
right?
No.
Jacking it to your picture.
Jacking to your naked picture.
Yeah. I'd rather that than.
Not many comics can pull off the nude shoot like that. That's
it's just me and Tom
pretty
Arnold.
Impressive. Yeah, he's pretty sexy.
How do you feel about because Amy dresses nicely on stage, and like I saw you, the first time I ever saw Amy dressed up was on the Comedy Central special.
Yeah,
and it's like as a woman they have that extra thing where it's like you don't want guys wanting to fuck you while you're performing because it's
women
it's a
have
different
an extra thing.
It's called scrotum, and I don't know why.
That's a good one, Daddy.
I wore like a short skirt on the Comedy Central set because I thought, people are like, oh, a female comic's on, flip. Nobody wants to see that, but
in a smart pantsuit,
right? But maybe like they would stay an extra second and then stay for the comedy.
If they see some gams,
that's pretty smart.
Like, you used to be able to choose your background, and I would have chosen just like a pair of tits, so people would stop flipping.
As long as they stop.
I think I like my stand up. I'm working hard at it. So if people want to look at my legs and then they hang out, great.
Just
I know
to
I'll
hang
make
out
them
to hear
laugh.
Whatever it takes for them to hear you.
Yeah.
Amy's hilarious.
Yeah, very funny comic.
Last time I saw her was with Joe DeRosa down in Philly.
Philly.
They fucking killed.
Joe DeRosa is sexy too. I saw his nude thing in
Joe,
Cosmo.
extremely
gorgeous.
sexy. If you can get past the fact he has no shoulders, but
zero shoulders.
He did a spread in a slope-shouldered Egyptian monthly.
But Joe always puts you in a good mood because he has the body and the demeanor of somebody who's in a wheelchair. So every time he stands up, you're like, oh my God, look!
It's a miracle.
You're like, why isn't there a blanket over his lap?
He's got an old person
muscular
body.
dystrophy body.
Yes,
he's
he looks like
got to be only 30 something, right?
Yeah,
and he's He looks like an old man.
He's fucking.
I tried to give him a shoulder massage. It just didn't work. My arms just
You
kept
feel like
falling.
you're tickling his ribs. There's just no shoulder on it.
That's from sliding on the floor singing Rags to Riches to Shirley Feeney. Fucking dumb big Carmine Ragout fucking head.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That functional paraplegic.
Well, now we're going to all have to go out and get Cosmo.
You guys don't subscribe?
No, my mother used to, and
They got some
I think it was
terrific
one of the
articles in
first.
there.
That was like one of the first magazines I think I spanked to because
They had the
there
bra
was-
ads in the back.
It was no, it was there was thing. It was Cosmo.
The booby cream that made him bigger.
Cosmo Tells All. It was called
Well,
Cosmo Tells All, and it was like in the back of the magazine, and
we
it was
get one
like
of those there?
full nude. There was
get
a
one.
full nude.
No.
and it was like yeah.
I don't remember full nudes in Cosmo.
Oh, wow.
I remember the girls in the bras.
No, Cosmo Tells All was like you could see some shit,
Wow, way.
and that was spank material
Oh, wow.
back in what I want to call the day, as they call it, the day.
Look at that car.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, but I'm talking way back when in the day of the hairy pussy.
Yeah. I'm going to try and bring that back starting right now.
Force it out. Come on,
Just
push.
a major
Push it out.
hair pie.
The major hair's making a little bit of a comeback. Burt Reynolds shot.
Oh,
Burt
wow.
Reynolds did the
What if
centerfold
your
in
entire
Cosmo.
pussy looks like Burt Reynolds? What if you go down there, Burt Reynolds is sitting there on a rug?
How ironic that he lost all the hair in his head, yet his body was just an ape.
That is unfair.
Like an ape.
That would be great to have his mustache as your pubic hair.
A little bit of the hair is coming back. It's making
Yeah?
a comeback. Yeah, I think a lot of the
You're
guys,
telling Amy.
younger
Wouldn't she
guys,
know?
are well. I don't know. Like younger guys are, I think, going for a little bit more hair than just the clean shave thing.
Really?
The clean shave thing is kind of becoming and not for Jimmy. I know Jimmy loves the clean shave thing. That's why
Well, he likes children. He prefers children.
Hey, it's not true.
But you prefer a little bit of hair?
I just like to mix it up a little bit. I think a little bit natural. I always say this, and people think, "Oh, you like the '70s Earth Mama muff." It's like, no, natural shape, that triangle shape, just a little grown in.
Oh,
kind of nice, trimmed,
soft, not prickly.
trimmed right.
Kind of like the mustache Anthony's sporting right
Yes,
now.
look at that.
No,
Is
it's
it like
perfect.
that? Is that what you're looking at?
Not like that. I don't know. It's just the whole completely shaved thing is kind of. I think it's run its course. It's kind of like
It's not a fashion statement.
No, it
I
is,
like,
though.
But I don't look. I
Not
like
to you.
I like fucking looking at a pussy. I like the lips. I like all of it. I don't want fucking.
Turn and look
But
at
the
you, Rock.
thing is, I've gotten a lot of Brazilians, and what happens is you go in, and it's some woman who does not want to be doing it, from whatever country, and when she's done, I don't know if you know this, but she takes out a huge mirror and she shows you, now are you happy?
Oh, wow.
And it's all red and it's frowning at you, like nobody's happy.
It's bleeding probably a little
It looks
bit,
like
right?
Vicky LaMotta's face after a back talk.
Does that fucking hurt?
Not anymore.
Would you
Really?
build up calluses?
No, I don't know.
Her pussy
It
looks like
doesn't-
Larry Fine's face.
It's gotta hurt.
It looks like Gollum. Yeah.
Imagine getting your ball bag whacked. We would lose our fucking minds.
It hurt. It used to hurt. Now it's
Doesn't
like
hurt
it's like
anymore.
nothing. Yeah.
So
Is it all the drinking you do?
Yeah, I go in there in a full blackout. And I start try to spoon her. She's like holding the wax strips, like "Get off of me" or whatever she's saying in her language.
do you like when a guy shaves his pubes, or do you think that's creepy? Like women are more tolerant of pubic hair than men are.
Yeah, I don't care either way.
Okay.
I really don't. If I don't like when a guy shaves. I've had guys totally shave their chest and their butt, and I don't like that.
That's kind of
I
weird.
like some hair. I think.
A little bit. You should, as a guy, trim down, be a little courteous.
Yeah.
You don't want to,
A little trim.
Oh, I fucking shave it all. Because I have straight pubes like a Chinaman.
Yeah.
It's fucking
God.
awful. My
It's all
pubes
the
are
same
weird.
when you have somebody's
God.
balls on your nose like a Breathe Right airstrip. Who cares?
You're just thinking onions.
You don't want to look down and have her look Hasidic. She's like, oh, look.
Don't open your eyes.
She has payas.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's my ball hair.
No, that's what they say when they leave. Get it? I like hookers.
Paying for sex.
You like spending money on pussy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be well kempt, but I don't like the completely.
I prefer the asshole have no hair in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fucking awful.
Yeah, those hairs get long.
Yeah.
But how do girls rid themselves of that problem?
What's that?
How do girls?
They wax your ass.
Is that
off.
waxing your ass?
That you put your legs over their shoulders, like.
Wow.
You know, yeah.
Like a wrestling move.
It's weird. You feel like they're changing your diaper. You do.
Really?
Yeah.
And then they just rip it fucking right out.
And they show you. They make you look. Like, look.
Can we
Is
check
this
it?
what you
Yes.
wanted, you little white
Is it like a Rorschach
entitled
test?
bitch?
Does it look like?
It looks like a Rorschach.
Can we go next time you get this done? Check it out.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go field trip
For the
Why
radio show.
Why
eh?
shouldn't we take an
Why not?
intimate field trip?
Well, Steve Carell did that one scene in, what was it?
God.
The 40-Year-Old Virgin where he gets the...
Oh, look out. Look
terrific.
out.
He is terrific.
That guy's good.
Wow, I didn't know that they ripped it out of your ass like
They
that.
do, yeah.
That's something.
Some of them
How
make
long
you
does it
turn
stay?
over and you feel like you're being punished.
Really?
Yeah.
Roll over. Here
Turn
it
over.
comes.
On your stomach with your cheeks up in the air.
Oh, man.
They look you in the eye. Do you want everything? And what they mean is, do you want your asshole waxed?
Is it ever a weird turn on?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Very randomly.
She
But it's like,
tap it.
Why is it a turn on?
because like somebody has their face really close to your pussy. And you're not
wow.
supposed to get, you're so not supposed to get turned on because
Yeah.
it's like a 60-year-old Asian woman. But you're like, well, somebody's down there.
Wait, has your
It's
vagina...
not wax. It starts out, it feels good, and then it's some pain. There's some. Very rarely have I ever gotten.
Has it ever given you away, though, and like just dropped a tear like Denzel in Glory? Down your thigh?
I've reached full orgasm. Oh, that is my biggest fear. That would be a really awkward goodbye.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh wow.
That's great.
Is it wet in here? Or is it me? Sorry, Wang Ching.
I get rods on planes a lot because you're not supposed to. It's like that's what it is. When you, well,
Yeah,
I
but
fly
Kenny's
in sweats.
right. Kenny's holding your hand. That's not your fault.
Yeah, he usually is.
Rubbing his
Looks
leg.
like somebody needs attention. Like that's how Kenny gets sexy when he'll look at my bulge.
No.
Has he really said that before?
No, of course not.
But you never know with Kenny on that one.
That's
Come
true.
on.
Oh,
He is a
that's
I got
fucking.
to
very
defend
true.
myself on that.
He is a Peter Pumper.
He's
He's a
creepy,
weird fucking
terrifying
dude.
man.
Because he will say just weird
Wow.
shit.
What's that?
Amy.
What else is going on, Amy?
Your ex hated to go to the gyno.
Wow, that's hot.
Wow.
Wait, Danny's ex hated to go to the gyno?
Yeah, this is many moons ago, but
Many girlfriends ago.
My gynecologist was so, like, he was really old. Like, he looked like he could have been in Schindler's List, you know? And I one time went for an appointment. No, and he would, like, shake the whole time. He would give me, like, a breast exam.
Of course he would.
It was, but I was like, it was so creepy. And then I went one time for an appointment, and they were like, "Oh, he's dead."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "Oh my god."
He killed himself to your photo.
He was so upset by all
I
the
gave him a heart
HPV.
attack. How old were you?
I think I was like 22.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was like,
22-year-old Amy walks
felt
in there. The
so
guy's
bad.
shaking like a leaf.
We're convinced that gynos have to be perverts. They have to be.
I go to a woman now.
And I know that they
I
see
hope
some
she
old.
is.
I know they see some old pussy, but there's enough young pussy coming through those doors where they're like, "Holy shit, I got the greatest job."
It's a
Yeah.
double-edged sword, that whole
I
thing.
think you
because
deal with the old pussy to get the
Yeah.
one that's having her first exam.
Yeah, I
with
feel like
mommy
they're-
waiting
yeah.
in the waiting room.
I don't know.
Amy, comment?
I feel like, wow, they must be relieved because I take care of myself and I'm not 100.
yeah, it's not like, hey, I have something here that you
Yeah.
got to look at.
I can go there feeling no guilt, looking around the waiting room,
Doctors-
seeing some of the women's labia on the floor. I'm like, I'm okay.
Doctors,
Okay.
doctors pick their specialty depending on what they're into.
You think?
Foot doctors, they're into feet. They're the foot fetish guys.
Never
Come
thought
on.
about that.
Why not?
I guess it makes sense.
The asshole one's a little weird, but
I think gynos,
Yeah.
some of them look
How do
at
you
it and go
explain
like,
that?
it's a good line of work. It's good money. I don't think that.
You have to get
and you're a
desensitized,
guy, so you're like, of course, it's like he's into the pussy because he's a guy. I can understand a foot doctor's
they're-
like, all right, I'm into feet, let me do that. But a gyno, it's a guy. He's not naturally going to be into the pussy.
you don't think they're in their office looking at who's coming in that day and losing their minds, going, "Oh
could be.
my God,
Could be.
Amber's coming back
Think?
today."
But there's no
Amber.
such like for a guy. What is it? A pussy fetish? The guy, it's a pussy. He's
I'm a
gonna
pussy
like
man
it.
myself.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
but don't
like
you
it.
get desensitized? You know, you see so many all day. No?
That's why I'm convinced they're so getting turned on at times
Yeah.
during their job.
We could get
They're
on the
keeping it
computer and
professional.
just look at thousands
Just
of
pussy all
different
day.
pussies all day and still never have looked at enough pussy.
Everyone's begging for the naked picture of Amy Schumer, but I guess we have to wait for the magazine.
I'll
right?
wait for the magazine. That's
Why
how
aren't you
it works.
tweeting that shit? You want to get followers.
Oh, yeah.
Amy Schumer on Twitter.
Yes, please. Follow me on Twitter. Yeah, I'm not allowed to
No,
put it out.
you're getting Cosmo.
Of course not.
So you should do your own.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
This is
I
how
don't
it's
think
sort
I'll
of
be able to
going to
like
look
myself
in.
that well.
This is how it's sort of going to look in Cosmo.
I love that your job is just to Google pussies.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Danny's the
That's all I do.
best, though. You can
He's an
mention
amazing
anything.
researcher.
Danny,
And he'll come up with
Danny
it.
is brilliant at putting words together that shouldn't go together and getting the most amazing images. What was the one?
You have traumatized me in this chair.
Yeah.
Anybody could do it.
Yeah.
Nah, you
no,
come up
you're
with
a
some
genius.
fun combos.
You're a mad genius.
I wish I could remember some of the
Everyone
combos.
has Google.
Oh, stop. You're right.
Can I say something totally off the subject? What song I've been listening to for fucking 2 days nonstop?
I don't even want to look at you. I know it's going to be bad.
Oh, no.
No, it's not.
Jenny from the Block.
I do like that
Norton likes the Jenny from the Block.
one. Who doesn't?
It's a great
Fucking
song.
half. Of course, it's
Everybody
a
else in
hit.
studio.
Great song.
The fucking the Foundry retooled that
no.
version. The
No.
version by Rob or whatever, DeCiccio or whatever. It's great, dude. That's fucking heavy. I was working out to that yesterday. The redone version of that Foundry song is fucking killer.
Really?
Of Pendulum, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, honestly. I'm not, yes. Steve, we all know Steve's a fucking bag of fruit with teeth, but that's not, I've been loving that tune.
Wow.
There you go.
I never gave it much thought.
I just thought about it. Because I tweeted it yesterday. Tweeted it. Old man I am.
Tweeted it.
Twittered it.
Hey,
What do you
MySpace.
kids call it?
So what are you going to say to Posey?
I'm a
You gotta
huge
have an
fan.
How about I had a pocket
well,
full
what
of
should
you?
I say? Oh,
You gotta
God.
have-
Oh, God.
gotta
Some
have-
really lame.
You need
Yeah,
an
what should
opening
my
line.
opener be?
You need an
What-
opening
what
line.
should I
man.
say?
Parker Posey. You're going to meet her today for the
Yeah,
first time.
what should I say?
Doing a movie with her.
Love your work.
Love your work.
You want to say big fan, but you don't have to think you're a big fan. So you go, I love your work. I've been an admirer for years. And then just hold her hand for too long.
Just don't let go.
Is
And
she-
then whisper, we're
God
going to be
damn,
best
she's
friends now.
skinny as fuck.
Yeah, she's
Miss
really
Sarah.
skinny.
What's going on there?
Ask her if
Is she married?
Ask her if she
I don't
throws
know.
up.
I think I should open with the I love your work instead of the,
She's
the asking
really
if
cute,
she's
man.
believing.
Yeah. Do you throw up? Do you,
Or maybe go with some lesbian like kind of thing.
yeah.
What is she, 35, you think?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because she's been around for years.
Yeah.
I would
she was
date
in
her.
Dazed and Confused.
Best in Show is really
Okay,
fun.
here we go.
So-
Corinne.
She's in that?
I got to go
Yeah.
to Corinne. Colorado. Prove my point, Corinne. Go.
Hey guys.
Welcome aboard.
Hey.
Hello. We just moved to Colorado and I went to see my family doctor and he asked me if I had a gynecologist and I told him no, so he was like, oh, we can do the exams right here in the office.
Oh, yeah. That's
Thank you.
That's a good gimmick. Oh, wait a
Amy,
minute.
we just got tickets to your Denver show. Love you.
Thank you, Corinne. I love you.
Amy's huge in Denver.
Let's examine each other.
Amy's huge in Denver and other
Hello?
places.
Hello?
I don't know. I was waiting for her to say something.
No.
Amy's,
We're not.
Amy's taping her CD at the Denver Comedy Works January 20th through the 22nd. That's next weekend.
Yeah.
ComedyWorks.com. I highly recommend you see Amy, especially with her taping a CD. That's really cool.
She's going to be very famous.
Yeah,
I've known that
unfortunately.
from the beginning. Yeah, she's going to be very
I
famous.
mean, that's great.
Hopefully it's not
Thank
for
you for
comedy.
your support.
Hopefully it's for something else, like she does something wrong, like she's about to have a big gig and she drunk drives and kills somebody.
Are you trying to keep
There's
it?
never a real compliment in here. There's never Jim thanked me. Jim gave me a thanks on his CD, and I was so
you're
moved.
flattered.
I was holding back the tears. I'm like, thanks, and he's like, oh, I thanked you. Oh, I
you didn't even know.
No,
I'm
but
like,
I didn't thank that many people by name, like, because there's just too many people. But I think you, Lenny Marcus, there was a few comics that I've worked with on the road this year, which were not many.
Thank
but I just
you,
didn't
like-
remember if I had done that, but I was
Yeah.
happy, of course.
Yeah, no, you're going to blow up, and we're going to be very happy for you.
Thank you.
We'll be moderately happy for. I'm always kind of moderately happy when my friends blow up.
It means
Are
a
you
lot.
trying to hold it together, though?
What do you mean?
Because you know you're about to make it, so you're like, oh, fuck
I
it.
don't feel like that at all.
You don't want to be unraveling as you
No,
as
I
you make
never
it?
I never feel like anything is going to lead to anything.
Really?
Yeah. I think if you're a comedian, that's what you think.
It's part of your makeup.
You're just
It's like the insecure thing and the,
But,
nothing.
and also you're surrounded by
Nothing
people
ever
who all at
works.
one point had hope and dreams, and
Yeah.
and they're all gone.
went down the shitter.
Yeah, and and once you've seen your dad shit himself, you can't really.
Oh, fuck.
You're like, dreams.
Dreams.
Get out of here.
Those things are
Get outta
fantasy.
here.
Things of fantasy.
What is this hope? Let me wipe this off me. I know what's coming.
I got a little hope on me.
Yeah.
Get this
Ugh.
shit off.
Have you had to wipe the ass yet?
No. Just about to wipe my boyfriend's for the first time. So.
Right. True.
With your tongue.
That's right.
Talking about the old.
You know what you ought to do? I do this with my girlfriend a lot. You just lick your finger like you're checking the weather and start swiping out their asshole and licking your finger again.
Why would you do that?
I made that up. I never did that.
I was thinking like
that sounds horrible.
You want to go
Yeah, it's
direct?
awful. I never
How
did
come
that.
that's horrible? Yet sticking your tongue right in is fine.
Because one is like fucking picking up pixie sugar and one is sexual. One is fucking disgusting.
I love the most feminine references. Pixie sugar.
Pixie sugar.
Pixie
That's what
sugar
I
was
call
good,
it.
though.
That's
Come on.
good. It's
Pixie
perfect.
sugar for you.
I remember, well, someone reminded me, horse vagina, Danny. Horse vagina.
Oh,
Have you seen
gosh,
horse
what's
vagina?
The time? It's really
I know you gotta leave,
Oh,
but we want to leave you on a high note,
God
Amy.
damn it. I'm going to be meeting Parker Posey picturing this horse. He's hiding the screen.
one. Oh, there's new horse vagina.
Let me see if I reckon. This one's right from Central Park.
Oh, look
Oh,
how good
God.
that is.
No!
Yeah.
It looks like a huff.
That
a nice
is
pussy.
really.
But that does look like it could be
meaty.
I'll bring up the original.
You know that looks
God
like
damn.
it could be.
You don't like horse pussy? What do you?
Yeah, no,
That's fun.
There's the original horse vagina.
Come on.
Horse vagina.
That's
That is
that's
not a
Monique.
vagina.
And the other one was Precious.
Does she have two assholes?
Well, that's the. Oh yeah, I don't know.
God, I feel physically. I just want to
came up
leave
once
here
before.
once without feeling physically ill.
I want to see the new one again.
You know how hard a horse would kick you if you just walked up behind it and put your finger in that?
Well, what you got to do
Wait, let
is
me
get
see.
on a stump.
Wait a minute, Jimmy.
She's holding up my picture next to the horse pussy.
Oh.
There's a similarity here. I can't explain.
This picture doesn't look like it's medical in any way.
No, that looks really like. Hey, look inside, and there's some kind of
It looks like
white
a black
stuff.
I
infant
noticed that too.
spitting out cream of wheat.
Oh my god,
That is upsetting.
it really.
Well, guys, I really have to go to my fancy movie room.
Yeah, look at where you go.
Sorry, Amy. We just feel like you're one of the guys.
Thank you so
That
much.
is really
Pony
hot.
pussy to
I'm
Parker
so
Posey.
always enlightened.
Right, I don't know.
God.
I don't know why we do this.
Physically ill.
So, Amy, let's just go with AmySchumer. Amy Schumer on Twitter.
Yes, thank
'Cause that-
you.
all your info's there, right?
Orlando Improv this weekend.
SCHUMER. If you're trying to figure out how to spell Schumer, Amy Schumer on Twitter.
Thank you so much, you
And
guys.
Orlando Improv this
Always a
weekend.
pleasure having you
Ooh.
here.
All right.
Thank you.
Now you get the hell out of here.
All right. Thanks so much,
Go
you
to
guys.
your big movie set or whatever you do.
Forget this place.
Go read your movie lines with movie people.
We'll be here in between your movies.
There she goes. And we'll make sure everybody looks out for your naked pictures in Cosmo. Let's all look at her as she leaves.
Yeah, let's make it really
Bye,
awkward.
Amy.
Let's look at her. She's wearing like space boots.
We're not going to talk about it as soon as the door closes. I
Look at her.
promise.
He's got a nice ass. He does. I know you look at Amy like
Like
a
a sister?
or something. Let's
Very few women do actually feel that way about Amy. Look, she's an attractive woman, of course. I'm not an idiot. But
no, you are.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, not for that. But it's like we never had that vibe, and it's like I don't. She's just my friend.
You're walking down the hall. That's not a bad ass on her.
No, and she's really
Not
funny.
a bad ass.
Yeah.
That's a really nice
She's a
ass.
great body.
No,
I noticed the walking was a little weird. Maybe the boyfriend.
You think the boyfriend tongued it out really well?
Maybe poked a little harder than she was leading on.
She used to drop a deuce.
She's about to hear this in the office.
He was
we're on
eating
a delay.
He was eating Captain Crunch at the time. You know what that does to the roof of your mouth.
Amy, she's listening to us
Ow.
now.
So you get it because it's
Amy, we noticed you walked away a little off kilter.
a little bow-legged.
We want to know what that's about.
A little bow-legged.
Yeah,
I don't
what
know-
happened?
I don't know if you told us everything that happened with the new boyfriend.
I don't know how to say this, but is there something wrong with your shit pipe, as we like to say?
I got something really funny to play for everybody because we're going to go soon. Sam's DNA test. Can we do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
How long will it take just to swab his mouth out?
Takes like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Don't they do
Your
that?
take on this tragedy in Arizona, this gunman shoot.
What? This is happy stuff.
Oh, fuck. We got to end with this.
We don't have to.
Bill
it's Bill Maher. I
fucking
was wondering
Maher
about
on
it.
Leno.
We did tease it earlier.
Bill fuck Dick Maher.
You don't like the Bill Maher?
I hate this.
Is he
cunt.
funny, though, when he says it? Is he doing it in a
Oh,
joke?
he's trying to be always.
You think he's funny, Jimmy?
He's trying to be.
I do. And a lot
Yeah,
of
fuck
there's been
him.
comedians who gave me a lot of flack for sticking up for Maher. And it's
Sticking up for what? His comedy?
just him in general. But again, I've heard a lot of bad things about Bill. My experiences with him have been good. And I don't know examples of what he's done that were so awful, other than the fact that people say that he's been snotty or shitty. Like you guys had a bad experience with him.
He's a
Really
douchebag.
My times with him have been, my experiences have been pleasant, and I do think he's a funny comic. The only problem I have with a comedian, I never care what their politics are. Like, I don't care if they're liberal. as long as they're being funny while they say it or trying to be. It's when comics like on stage get preachy. And that's where it bothers me.
You know, here's the problem I have with Bill fuck cunt Maher.
That's not his name.
That's not his name.
Oh,
Yes.
no, it is to me. Oh, no, it is to me.
Is that on his birth certificate?
Would it be great if it was? I heard he has a huge cock.
Does he?
Yeah, I've heard that. He's
What a
talking to a guy
guy.
with a huge
He
cock.
is a huge cock. Fuck him. Fuck him. Here's what it is. He talks, and just like a liberal, he won't fucking listen to anything anyone has to say. And
You think the
that's
conservatives really listen, though?
I don't know. They seem to, like, on the conservative shows, they do seem to have more liberals on to talk about their side of it. The liberals will never have a real conservative on. It's very rare you see that because they just want to preach their bullshit with this holier-than-thou attitude. And that's what Bill Maher does. Bill Maher won't say, this is my opinion. Like, I'm pretty adamant and passionate about what I say, but I say this is my opinion. Bill Maher says it like this is the truth and the only way things are. Fuck you.
I'm going back
pompous dick.
Back and forth on Twitter with a guy. Not negatively, but he's
when
like
you
he
hook
doesn't
it up.
like the fact that that I was saying that liberals censor things. And he's like, well, give me some example. But it's like, if you want to play a game of semantics, you can. We all know that, like when you go to do colleges, if you're doing certain racial material, they'll ask you not to do it. There's been colleges that wanted you to sign stuff. And when you start to see standards and practices at the networks, the things they want you to stay off of, because they're all young college, or a lot of them young college students, are race, domestic violence, just these things everybody cares about. Not that conservatives want to yell nigger and beat women. I don't mean that.
Right.
But the things that are typically associated with that, man, we all know that.
Yeah.
It's like, and people play semantics games. What do you mean? And don't act like people, like when there's a conservative president making a speech, the Democrats will sit and the Republicans will stand and clap. And then when Bill Clinton makes a speech, like, a State of the Union, all the Republicans sit and the Democrats sit.
Yeah.
So don't act like you don't understand. Come on, you do know. The conservatives were the ones who fucking made the tenfold radio fines. Conservatives are the ones that were sexually uptight and made a big deal about Janet Jackson. That was all conservative ideology and mentality. Race, things of that nature, those are fucking liberal.
Yeah, the liberals.
But just don't act like you don't know it. Don't play that semantics game. You know.
We all fucking
Sorry, I'm
know.
babbling. I'm a little tired. I apologize.
No, you're not at all.
Do you want this
Making a
audio?
good
You
point.
want
Yeah,
us-
let me hear this shit.
Your take on this tragedy in Arizona, this gunman shooting. I mean, you always have an interesting perspective on these things.
Well, I mean, first of all, we're going to have to hear from the NRA a lot about how this shouldn't stop anything that they want to do. First of all, the NRA should just change their name to the Assassin's Lobby. Because that's what they are.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you can applaud
Just
that.
Fuck your mother in our fucking asshole.
That was kind of funny, though.
Fuck you,
It was
the
funny.
Assassin's
It was
Lobby.
funny.
Really? The only organization in this country that's protecting your Second Amendment freedom, that is keeping the Second Amendment from being wiped off the fucking Constitution by cocksuckers like you, is the NRA. Yeah, they got their faults, abso-fucking-lutely, but they're doing the only job of defending the Second Amendment against people that just want to swipe it right away from you. Fuck you, Bill Maher. I'm sure whenever anyone comes up to Bill Maher and wants to give him shit, there's some big motherfucker with a gun to keep any people away from him. Go fuck yourself and your mother.
What are you, a
fucking expert? Fuck you, Bill Maher. Bill Maher.
Because that's what they are. Yeah, you can applaud that. Somebody should applaud that.
Oh, really?
I'm so tired of hearing about the Second Amendment and the Constitution.
Oh, are
if
ya?
you love guns, just admit it like it's a vice. It's like alcohol or drugs or sex addiction or gambling. It's just a vice. It's something you like. It's not good for you or anybody else. You just like it. But stop the bull about the Second Amendment and the Constitution.
All right,
because nobody needs...
Stop the bullshit.
Nobody needs a gun that fires 31 rounds.
How about it's fun?
That's what this guy had.
How about it's
Although
fun?
Sarah Palin needed 5 to shoot that moose that was basically on the end of the couch.
Fuck him. He's talking about a constitutional right. Go fuck yourself. He's such an asshole. How about I talk like that about the First Amendment and you shut your fucking mouth? How about I go, hey, no one needs that First Amendment. You know, the one where Bill Maher can go on Jay Leno and mouth off about other amendments. Go fuck yourself. That
cunt is a douchebag, and I fucking hate him. And he's got no concept of what freedoms in this country are. He gets on his dumb fuck show and talks shit like that all the time. And then he gets on Leno and infects that show with his drivel. Fuck you, Bill Maher. You're a cunt. You're a cunt, Bill Maher.
That was only the first clip. That's only the first clip.
Yeah.
But it's like
This isn't much big.
Just to like lump Palin in. It's like.
He's got to do the same line. Lump Palin in. Talk about guns. You know what? You're absolutely right. A pistol. People say, and people like him. Your pistol. We don't need that many rounds in a clip. We don't need pistols because they're just made to kill people. We don't need this type of gun or that type of gun. If it's for hunting, no. It doesn't say you have the right to hunt. It says you have the right to bear fucking arms. And the thing is, how about a car that everybody should just drive a Prius around? No? Oh, what do you want? You want a fucking nice old GTO that does fucking 160 miles an hour? Why? You don't need that. You know why you have it? Because it's fun, it's sexy, it's exciting, it's something, it's an activity, it's something you do enjoy. Guns, shooting at the range, I do enjoy that. He's right. It's fun. Is it a vice like drugs? Fuck you. Fuck you.
How many guns you have?
A lot. A lot of fucking guns. You know why? I like shooting different types of guns. Sometimes I like seeing what I can do with a 9mm. Sometimes I like backing the target way the fuck up and seeing what I can do with a 50. Sometimes I like taking out an AR-15 and seeing what I can do at mid-range. The FS fucking 2000. See what I can do close up. Different types of scopes. But this idiot, the people that criticize guns the most are people that have never fucking touched them. They're either scared shitless of them, of even touching them, or they just don't know anything about them. Do you think Bill Maher's ever fucking fired a gun? No. That liberal cunt knows nothing about him.
The thing is, people
hate him.
People tend to be very... Like, what bothers me is the rights that people are willing to give up are the things that don't kind of go hand in hand with their own ideology. That's what drives me nuts. Like, Bill Maher's a liberal guy. So to him, Amendment 2 is kind of not that important, and whoever needs it is just a gun nut.
Right.
But again, if you were to take away, like you said, his right to say something, people are just very selective in what they defend and condemn. And it's like you either agree, you know what I mean? That's what drives me fucking crazy.
People don't realize the way the amendments were written, number one is speech. Number two is fucking right to bear arms, which directly protects number one. You dumb fuck. It is there and written that way on purpose. Number one is freedom of speech and expression. Number two is the right to bear arms so you can protect the first one, you asshole.
Anthony, car chase on Twitter, very confused. So you're a fan of Bill Maher? He's not sure.
Oh, he's not sure?
Yeah, he's not sure.
Yeah, guy's hysterical.
Oh, good. Okay.
Love him.
Here's the second clip from Leno.
There's a much bigger issue, which is the psychology of this country, which loves guns. It's just a very armed country with a lot of crazy people, which is not a
lot
great
of crazy
combination.
people? Hold on. Here's what this fucking idiot is talking about. It is a very armed country, and it's meant to be. The whole basis of the Second Amendment is also to keep the government in check. That's what it was supposed to be. We're an armed populace, and there's a reason for that. Are we going to go up against the American military? No, it's not like that. It wasn't. But the whole gist of the Second Amendment is to have an armed populace for a lot of different things. And it keeps the government and the powers that be in check. And it still does. It absolutely does. We are an armed thing. But for him to say that it's crazy, a bunch of gun nuts, no, there are gun nuts and there are crazy people that own guns. But the majority of law-abiding gun owners are not nuts. They're people that are exercising a fucking right that you have in this country.
The only thing I have a problem with is I'm not saying that any place where they don't want you to have to take a test. I think you should have to show, and this guy did pass it, and that's going to happen. But I think that you should have to show mental stability, and I think
background check.
All that stuff.
Now, if this guy was unstable and fucking had psycho problems, every time you fill out an application, it asks, on the application, it says, do you have or have you been treated for mental illnesses?
No one will admit that.
But exactly. But the second you don't admit it, you're falsifying your application.
But don't forget, just because you...
Which is illegal, which makes the gun that you then got an illegal weapon.
Well, the stop check has to be that there's a way to check. Because, like, getting onto a plane, if you don't have your ID, they don't say, well, are you an American citizen? Or are you Jim Norton? And I go, yes, and they let me on. I have to prove it by showing an ID. And to purchase a gun, I think that we have the right as other citizens to go, sure you can have one, but you have to prove to us somehow that you're mentally qualified.
How would they go about proving mental
records to get a gun? You are like, there are mental health records.
They do FBI and criminal background
checks.
Does that
stuff come
up?
You.
Oh, it'll come up if you've had a legal run-in because of your mental problems.
How about
But how about the person that gets on a plane and then in the middle of the flight tries to open the fucking door?
No, of course.
That's a lunatic.
Absolutely.
So should we now mentally screen everyone that's getting on planes? How about people driving cars that decide they're committing suicide and park on train tracks or run into a crowd of fucking people? They're mentally damaged. Everybody that get a driver's license, should they now have to get a mental fucking background check?
No. But I do.
But why then with a gun?
Because I think guns are different. And I agree with the gun analogy with cars, like as far as them being banned. But I think that we have the right. As a citizen, I want you to be able to own a gun because I trust you. I want Kenny and other people because I think you're competent citizens. And I want you to be able to conceal carry. But I also want to know that anyone that they're giving that permit or that ability to, because I know it's a God-given right, but again, the old joke about it's not muskets anymore.
Yeah.
There is the Constitution has to be looked at in the mindset of the people that authored it, and also where we are right now. I want people who have guns and who have conceal to carry to have some kind of a mental stability. And I think that if you can get that, you should be able to have them.
It would be very difficult to screen for that. I don't know how you'd go about it. If there was a way...
Make the medical records open, not an additional test.
If there's a way, I would love to. But people also have a right to privacy as to their medical records. What medical records now would have to be
mental
open?
Health.
Mental health.
I don't care if you have AIDS. I don't care. Mental health records. People do have the right to privacy. But does somebody's right to privacy override my right to safety by them getting a gun when they're mentally not qualified?
All right, now here you go about the First Amendment. Freedom of speech. What if somebody has the ability to say something inflammatory that will incite other people to do harmful things? Should now we have to have mental competency to give somebody the right to get up in front of a crowd and speak to a crowd of people in public because they might be mentally unstable and influence other people?
No, because first of all, the exerciser of the right, the person speaking, their mental capacity isn't going to affect what other people do.
It
might. But there are also...
That's been the argument with this whole thing.
There is also...
Are people influencing other people?
Time, place. You can't yell fire in a movie theater. You cannot incite people to riot. So those things are already in place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about inciting a riot.
Right.
I'm talking about influencing people through speech, like Hitler.
Right.
Hitler was great at getting up and influencing people with his speaking. Now, should he have been, in this day and age, screened for his mental health before he's able to get up in front of a crowd and influence people to hate and kill and perform genocide in order to exercise his right, his First Amendment right, if he was in our country? So then why is the Second Amendment falling under this blanket of we need to make sure this person is mentally competent? Now, I understand this, and I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. But I want to know how it's done.
Well, I would say, and again, you shouldn't have to prove mental stability.
And this guy had no background record of mental health problems.
I'm not saying that the people aren't going to fall through the cracks.
And that's what happens.
It's going to happen. But I'm saying that every right does not have to have that. I think the only one that matters is guns. As far as, you should have to, in this day and age, if they can do a mental background check, if nothing comes up and you're crazy anyway, well, that happens. Because like you say, people get on planes and do crazy shit. But if you display some sort of mental illness, they won't let you on a plane. So if you're standing there acting odd, and I mean aggressive, you're not getting on that plane. So there are ways to I think check people for mental stability. And if you know what, if nothing comes up in the records, nothing comes up in the records. That's going to happen.
Now, this guy, everyone knew he was crazy.
Right.
A lot of people knew he was crazy. But technically, he hadn't gone for treatment, so no one had any concrete evidence that he was crazy, so he couldn't be denied purchasing a firearm.
It's also like with free speech. Here's an example.
It's tragic, believe me. I'm not saying it's good that this guy got a gun. Believe me, it would have been better he hadn't gotten the gun.
Westboro Church wants to protest in front of these funerals.
Right.
And that's a big free speech issue.
Yeah.
Where's the line? What is appropriate?
They're crazy.
They are. But Arizona enacted some emergency legislation so that they could not disrupt this 9-year-old girl's funeral.
Right.
And I agree with it. And I'm for free speech no matter what you want to say. But I think that if we can't common sense understand what those people are doing when they're yelling "God loves dead fags" in front of if anyone thinks the mindset of the authors of the Constitution was to allow people to taunt the family of a murdered 9-year-old, then I think that you're just playing a game of semantics. I think everybody knows that nobody who made that Constitution, if everybody wants to harp on the Founding Fathers and how great they were, nobody who wrote up that Constitution did so with the intent so that animals who wanted to taunt a dead girl's family would be permitted to stand right there and do it. Anything else, very few limits. I think that would have been one of the limitations. Even though it's not inciting people to riot, they just didn't see that when they wrote it. Like, they didn't see machine guns when they wrote up the Constitution. They couldn't foresee everything.
I understand, and you can't get a machine gun. It takes all kinds of special licensing.
Yeah.
You got to jump through a lot of hoops to be able to own a machine gun in this country.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't happen. The thing is, and getting back to Bill Maher, the way he's talking, calling the NRA, an assassin group.
It's silly.
Is ridiculous. And talking about the Second Amendment like it's some kind of crime.
And it's not an accurate...
Only lunatics are exercising their Second Amendment rights. That's Bill Maher, and that's fucking infuriating and inflammatory and bullshit.
So we shouldn't play any more of these clips then.
I'd love to hear one more.
No, I want to hear Bill
Maher.
Maher.
One more.
You're losing your voice, though. You all right?
I know. I'm yelling like a motherfucker.
Hanging in there?
I want to hear what this
Congratulations on the machine gun, by the way.
Idiot has
I
to
forgot
say.
to send you a congratulatory card for that.
It's fucking great.
Hallmark's got wonderful cards when it comes to
believe
your
me,
friends
I would
buying
love
machine
to
guns.
own a machine gun, but I can't. I know I can't, and I make do with my semi-automatics.
Deal.
And somebody also should tell all these people, these NRA types, who think it's great to be armed everywhere. Arizona has one of the loosest gun rules in the country. You can, I think, carry any weapon concealed without a permit. They want every drunk in a bar to be armed in case a fight breaks out.
Every drunk, right.
And these guys always think that, it's great to have a gun because if some bad stuff goes down, I'll be able to stop the bad guy. This is your fantasy, ass. You would never be able to do that.
Never.
People have to be trained for months and months at a time.
Exactly.
They have to really know what's going on to be able to stop something like that.
Can you stop that for a second? Anybody right now listening to Bill Cunt Maher, go to Armed Citizen. Go to the Armed Citizen website. It's an NRA website. It's just an entire fucking website dedicated to stories of people thwarting crime with legal weapons, with legal guns. And there are so many stories, I can't even fucking tell you. Thousands of stories of people that have stopped crimes in progress, rapes, robberies, murders, home invasions. There's thousands of stories, but you don't see them in the news.
Right, never.
In the Bill fucking Maher cunt liberal news.
You really don't.
They'll never show them. So it's not about fucking action movie hero pulling a gun out after he's carrying it for a week and saving the day from a fantasy, Bill Maher. Fuck you. It's about protection, exercising a Second Amendment right, which you have, which I don't have to explain why I'm exercising my fucking right. I don't have to explain it to you. But that's where it is, and that's where it stands. And yes, a lot of crime has been thwarted by legal gun owners.
But do you know that, like, if let's say you were dragged down to jail and they didn't read you your rights, you would be screaming, "What about my rights?" Like, nobody would go on Leno or any show and say, you know, these idiots that want their rights read to them. You wouldn't say that.
Right. Oh, these idiots that want their Miranda warning. Oh, Jesus, what an idiot.
They're all just criminals who have something to hide.
Oh,
like,
these
you wouldn't say that.
idiots that want the right to vote. Oh, what a dummy. What a bunch of shitheads. Fuck you, Bill Cunt.
Stop something like that. If that really happened, they would probably freeze up and shoot the wrong person.
Right.
So let's stop that fantasy also.
Okay.
And also, I think, how about the Democrats reclaiming this issue? This is the problem. I understand that the gun lobby owns the Supreme Court, and they own the Republican Party. What's disappointing is that they have cowed the Democratic Party into silence.
It's the right.
There should be one party that sticks up for this issue. Not expecting it from this crowd, but some audience somewhere should stick up for this issue.
See, that's where
he's not getting the big applause, are you, Bill Maher?
That's where, to me, as a comic, it's like, again, I know we all talk, and on the radio it's different because we have 4 hours to do.
Yeah.
But like when you're, you know, it's like, you kind of got to be funny with your opinions or try to be.
Yeah, no, the motherfucker is actually sitting there preaching that the Democratic Party should take a hold at eliminating our Second Amendment right. Is that what you're saying, Bill Maher? Because no one could be a hero and pull a gun out and stop a crime or whatever. He's a fucking out of touch shithead.
The right wing loves the go-to rhetoric for them is, wouldn't it be fun to kill the people we disagree with?
What?
You know, they try to put forth this false equivalence.
I shoot paper. I shoot paper targets because it's fun.
See, really? Then do you read? Have you seen what people have said?
Have
you seen what Sarah Palin says? You know, she talks about don't retreat, reload.
Pause that real quick, please. Again, and Bill's a smart guy. He knows better. That is, like you said, those are metaphors. That's not real. Nobody who says don't retreat, reload meant take your guns and aim them at politicians. Nobody thinks that for real. It's like you can't say that honestly. You can't think, because again, they like I hate to tell people, but when you're watching TV and the AT&T map is in that commercial, those guys really don't watch football with an AT&T map in front of them. Right. It's kind of a metaphor for the coverage of the country. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Nobody thinks that, and it's like all of a sudden they're playing these I hate to keep saying these semantics games, like where they're taking things literally that they know are not meant to be taken literally, but they're doing it selectively. Because again, nobody says, look, football is violent. You cannot encourage, in a physical sport, men to kill other men, and people are saying, I want the Jets to kill the Colts. We don't need that type of talk. It's nonsense.
Yeah, they're going to kill him.
Why didn't they blame football rhetoric on O.J.? O.J. murdered his wife. How come they didn't blame very tough, you know, what they got to do here is get in this zone, and they got to blow past these guys, and they got to... It's just,
destroy, kill them.
It's selective, man. Comedians use brutal lingo. We talk like that. How'd you do? Oh, I shit the bed. I died. I killed. Oh, I murdered. How did he do? Oh, he fucking bombed. How come nobody ever blames suicide bombings on comics using terminology? You cannot be selective if you're going to be self-righteous about semantics.
Yeah.
You know better.
Well, apparently Bill Maher doesn't.
Anybody saying that knows better. And you know what? Here I am yelling about it not being funny, but I'm not blaming behavior on people's rhetoric. I'm not blaming liberals because people go out and do shit. I don't blame left-wing people or Noam Chomsky or these people because people do shit. I don't blame anybody except the scumbag who did it.
Yeah, the scumbag nut who did it. And Bill Maher is portraying people that exercise their Second Amendment right as nuts. That's what he's doing right here in his dumb speech.
Is it like a pull toy that's broken? Every 5 minutes she says this. Michelle Bachmann said she wants Minnesotans armed and dangerous. Alan West, a new congressman, said he wants his opponent to be afraid to leave the House. Left-wingers don't talk that way. And
Obama
also,
didn't just say that?
left-wingers, even if they do sometimes make a gun analogy or something, their audience isn't hysterical. They're already talking
pause right there, please.
to people who are hysterical and are irrational and are highly armed to begin with.
right there is in the justification of why if we say it, it's okay.
Right.
And if you say it, it's not.
What a
Well, our
pompous-
audiences don't behave that way. That really is. And again, I like Bill, but that's complete intellectual snobbery and elitism.
Pompous.
Come on, Bill.
We're better than that. Look, when we say it, we know, and our audience isn't crazy. But when a conservative or an NRA or gun owners hear it or say it, they're nuts. Really, Bill? Really?
This corny belief that you're smarter than conservatives, or that all conservatives are just a bunch of dummies. It's like, enough already. It's old, and it's not accurate.
And the hard right and the hard left are both fucking dummies.
They're all twats.
And he is way on the hard left, and I fucking cannot stand listening to him. He's an embarrassment. He's an embarrassment.
Let's stop there. It's getting a little ugly.
Do you want more?
One more clip.
One more clip.
Oh, dude.
Come on.
Newt Gingrich, and by the way, among the right-wing douchebags I hate him the mostest.
Oh, wow. What year is this? What has Newt done in fucking
he says
10
things.
years?
He said the Obama administration is as much a threat to us as were the Nazis and the Soviet Union.
All right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now, it's not just ridiculous, but when you characterize the opposition, the political opposition is not just the opposition, but the enemy.
Like when they called
The Soviet
Bush a
Union and
Nazi?
Hitler.
Like when they were always calling Bush Hitler and a
putting
Nazi?
the Hitler mustache on signs as they protested him everywhere he went. Is that what you're talking about,
And that's
Bill?
a fair point. Call Bush Hitler. I don't care.
Yeah, who cares?
But then don't cry and be victimized when somebody says it about your guy.
Right. Fuck this.
Who are enemies. Of course, you're going to have borderline people who go and take this over the line.
Too bad.
So stop telling me that the left and the right are both crazy. Yes, there are crazies on the left.
Yeah.
But they're not the same. They're not gun crazy.
Right,
they're not
they're
violent
smarter crazy.
Who goes to gun shows? Who was for the war in Iraq? Who's part of militias?
Yeah.
You know, when you hear the phrase "armed compound" in a secluded rural area, what is that? A bunch of Democrats? Is that Dennis Kucinich out there?
I don't think so.
Sorry you asked?
No, I'm not sorry I asked. No, I'm not sorry I asked.
Fuck.
I think Leno was uncomfortable.
No, I mean, he probably knew what Bill was going to say.
He knew he was going to go in that direction, obviously.
Fucking Bill Maher. What an asshole. What a fucking asshole. Just give up more of your rights.
Yeah, but how about the crime that's committed with guns? Are you telling me, like, all the shootings in Brownsville and East New York and East L.A. by those gangs, you're going to tell me that's all Republicans?
Those gangs are all Republicans.
All
they're
conservatives, right?
Crazy.
Yeah, he's right
Yeah.
about the militias. Those are not Democrats. The majority of them are probably not Democrats.
Right.
And he's right, a lot of them are not. But again, a lot of these guys in these gangs, you're going to tell me that they're filled with Republicans? Don't be victimized when it goes both ways. Intellectual elitism is boring.
And militias aren't shooting each other up to get their more territory and turf. Gangs, who for the most part are minorities and do not look at themselves as Republicans or conservatives, are killing each other left and right with illegal weapons.
And how about the way Janet Reno handled, where was it in Texas with David Koresh?
Yeah, Waco.
By the way, I agreed with her.
That's a great one.
I agreed with her. That's
Yeah.
how you handle that. But fucking wipe those crazies out. I mean, that's a shitty way to put it. But a lot of people came down on how could she do that? And she was not a Republican.
Yeah, that was great. Fucking Bill Maher. What a zero. What a fucking zilch. I have never, ever listened to one word from him and agreed or even thought he was speaking intellectually in any way, shape, or form.
It's just people who you know are going to have certain opinions have them.
Yeah, and you know
There's
what he's going to
never a balance or a curveball.
No surprise.
Ever.
All right, let's get the plugs in.
I have this Sunday and Saturday, the Borgata. I don't even know. The Late Show might be sold out. I'm not sure. Or they might have released some casino comps. But whatever it is, there's under 100 tickets left for the Late Show. The other two are completely sold. And I'll be premiering my new CD there, selling it. And March 5th, Wellmont Theater, North Jersey, Montclair, goes on sale Friday morning.
And I'll be going to the Borgata
good.
to join you. And if you want to see a true nut
watch me at the blackjack table. Because that is a true kook.
Yeah. We got to get better plugs than that. We really do. What happened to us? We used to have good plugs.
I know.
Now you're plugging a blackjack table. Jesus.
I know.
What the fuck, dude? All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later.
The Opie and Anthony Show. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony on the Virus. Sirius XM.
Welcome back, everybody, to Adventures in Docking. Now, as we all know, docking is when two gay men have their penises erect, and one man takes the foreskin of his penis and stretches it over the head of the other man's penis. So let's go to the phones. Let's see. We have Sam here from New York. Let's see. Now, Sam, when did this docking fetish begin for you?
Well, I was in college. I was a freshman in college, so I came home for spring break, and I scheduled it to do it on the first day.
Wow, the very first day, huh? You sure are eager to try new things.
Yeah.
So, what made you even want to get into docking in the first place?
For whatever reason, I wasn't circumcised, obviously, when I was born.
Okay, so I see what you're saying. Basically, you figured, hey, I have this extra skin on my penis. I might as well use it to my sexual advantage.
Yes.
Now, Sam, would you say that your penis is big enough for proper docking? Like, I don't know, 6 inches?
I mean, I don't know if I'm quite there. It's average. It's fine.
Now, it says here that you once tried to dock with a very large black gentleman, and it didn't quite work out. Tell me about that.
The hole in the foreskin, it wasn't big enough to stretch over.
Well, over his giant cockhead, gotcha. So it wasn't getting stuck to the head.
Right, it's not stuck to the head. It's just the hole is too small to fit over the head.
That is so embarrassing. What did you do about it?
Going forward, I don't want to have an explanation. And so we went to the urologist to get, a word on it.
Right, so you wanted to get your foreskin stretched out so you could dock with bigger men.
The urologist said, it happens. It's not typical. If you want to change it for aesthetics or for whatever reason, it's a simple procedure, and you come in and you do it, and you're out.
Well, that's great. Now you can dock with anybody.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, Sam, thanks for the call. This is all the time we have for Adventures in Docking this week. Join us next week where we'll be discussing proper docking techniques at a pumping party. See you then.